Hello everybody, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph, I'm here with Draco of course. Draco is very excited because we're gonna play Werewolf. And the baby dragon role is in, and it's not just in, it's actually gotten a bit of a buff as well. So that he's really excited for that, he's gonna be watching closely. Also, I'm very excited for this streaming for the first time on YouTube, a Werewolf game. I posted about 10 or 12 games by now. But this is the first time it will be a stream. I think it will be fun. Especially since the chat, you will also get to affect the game. So the live chat will make decisions that will affect the game. Not in a huge way, but in a decent way. I hope I have a good balance on that. So the players are starting to drop in here. As we usually do by now. I mean, people, some will show up a few minutes late. We will chat a bit. Then we will go to the roles explanation and everything. I will send out the roles and then we will get started. So yeah, it takes a little while before we actually get the game going, but I hope you can have a good time in the chat meanwhile. I will not be able to, my brain can't handle the chat as well and moderating and everything. So very big thanks and shout out to Greg, who is in the chat. He has a blue text on his name because he's the moderator for tonight. So he's going to be moderating the chat and he's going to help me out. So when you guys in the chat make decisions and so on, then Greg will forward that to me. So if you have any questions about the game or about what's going on, about roles or whatever, you can ask Greg. If there's something that Greg can't figure out, he will message me. But don't be shy, just ask away if you have any questions for Greg. And welcome everyone. A lot of people jumping in.
Hey,
I don't know how many will be joining because I did make a mistake when I did the sign up. I put it to 30 people. That wasn't intentional. It's usually 24. But since I've done that, I'm not going to exclude anyone. So basically everyone who jumps in will be playing. Also, because I am live streaming, I will ask people to not spectate. So if you're in here and you're not going to play, then please go do the live stream instead, because that just makes it easier for my brain with less people in the participant list here. Usually we do have spectators in here. Also, of course, when you die, you can go to the Discord if you want to chat, but you could go to the live stream as well. Again, because then you can actually affect the game even after you're dead, which could be interesting. And those of you who know me, you know that I hate ghost roles in Werewolf. So it's not going to be some true ghost roles. I mean, the viewers will obviously see the knights, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am sort of hoping that the chat and the viewers will not just support the village. It would be fun if some of you also support the werewolves, so we get a balance.
Is it Gwommy themed though? Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is the Gwommy village. Back in the Gwommy village, and I will do some. A little bit of introduction on night 0, but I will say right now that I don't know why, but for some reason the Gwommy village, after what happened the last week here, the Gwommy village thought that it would be a good idea to make even more robots in the village. I don't know how that's going to help the village. It doesn't seem really thought out, but here we go. We're going to have more robots than ever. So the name of the stream and everything is the Gwommybots. So how many are we now? What is this? I need to put
20.
myself up.
20.
Spencer.
I need to put myself up in the corner as usual. So Adam, are you gonna play? Yes. There we go. So that's, wait, what is, okay, so that's
21.
21. Yeah,
If
we're
we
not
get
even on
over-
time yet, so.
If we get over 25, I can drop out. I think I was probably the last one to sign up.
No, but
so-
I want you in, Adam, so it doesn't matter because people will die in this village. I can spoil
Right, I
that
know,
much.
but it's tougher for people to see everything, so I'm good
Have
either
to
way.
stay at him.
Yeah, you have to stay, Adam. All right,
Yeah,
so I think I went through everything I should right now. I always forget to let people in, so I try to do that now. While we wait here a little bit, is there any questions or anything for the game or anything right now?
I'm just
Could we?
reading the doc now.
I was looking on the YouTube, the live stream. Can we kick Chris out of there? Because whatever you're going to allow them to do, it's going to be bad on me if Chris is in there. So can we just kick him out right now?
I have talked to Chris earlier today, Messenger, and we talked about you, Adam, and we were like, I tried to tell him, like, you gotta let go, man. You can't just,
Well, Chris changed his target to Connor. He says kill Connor in the chat.
Oh.
That's because he hadn't seen me yet. Once he sees me, it'll go back to me.
Yeah.
That's why you
that's
didn't
true.
want to turn on your video, right? Because, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Not
was
to the last second.
when he said that you're a werewolf just because you went from here to here, so that was scary.
Right, which isn't
I'm
actually
gonna turn
the
my
case.
video off
but
just
yeah.
for a minute because I'm eating. So until we start.
Oh, and here comes the star of the village himself. He's entering.
Do we give him a round of applause when he
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
are
should.
we- is
Yeah,
there-
we should.
Is
There
there
we
some
go.
sort of
Gwommy!
some sort of like reverence we should pay to you, Gwommy?
Hello.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
We must pay tribute.
Yep. me neither.
Exactly.
And I will say, there's some new people in here. I'm going to apologize to you right away because this will be chaotic. So I'm sorry.
Hey,
But
Colton's here.
I will also say though that if you have if it's confusing, you have questions and so on, you can always send me a private message in the chat here during the game, because sometimes, or you can ask it outright. But sometimes, let's say that you have a specific role, you might not want to ask outright about it because that would sort of reveal things. And now Chris is trying to get Gwommy to go after Adam. That's next level, man. And again, obviously, as long as you're alive, you can't watch the stream. When you die, you're most welcome to do so. That goes without saying, I guess, but in my games, I really trust. I trust the people I play with, which means you will get maybe some weird effects or rolls and so on that there's no way that I can keep track of it. So I'm just gonna trust you guys you want to have a fun game as well. So.
Well, I want to win, so I will
I know
look
Lucas
at the
is the
stream.
problem, but I called Lucas out.
I don't want to win. I want to make people cry. That's the problem.
Gwalix is here.
Hey, Luke.
Good to see.
Hey, Lucas, if you want to watch the stream, so quick, day one, I nominate Lucas.
What?
Yeah, nominate you. You can go watch the stream all you want.
Well, my defense will be I'm a villager. I'm watching the stream, so I know who the werewolves are. The werewolves are. It's also, yeah. So if you nominate me out, I will actually tell you the werewolves. If you want
There
to
you
have
go.
if you want to have a fun game, don't vote me out.
There you go.
It starts even before you got your rolls. I love it.
Yeah.
And he will accidentally include you as a werewolf if you nominate him.
Okay, so we are on time, and we have 25, right? 20.
My dad.
Hello.
Yeah, 25.
Oh yeah. John is coming as well.
So.
So I learned. Next time I'm gonna make it 24.
I just want to warn people, Balash is the Krampus. Don't trust him.
Chef, are you still mad at me?
No, that was a memorable game last time that we were in the Gwommy village. And I think we all were wooed by the Gwommy Cabra. So I think that was very
Good to know.
that was good. No.
Hey Daniel.
How's everybody?
Oh, it's Daniel. Hello.
Hey.
Daniel is already famous from another video I made that I did a premiere on, like people, and he was in chat, and people were like, "Oh, are you the real Daniel?"
Oh yeah, I didn't remember that though. Thanks for reminding me.
Nice.
Do we get fake Daniels?
If they're Daniels, they're Daniels. There's no fakes. We're clones of each other. So.
Daniel wannabes.
Yeah. At least we're not the Gwommies. We're gonna be now in this village.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Gwommy.
Oh, hi, Daniel.
Will the real Gwommy please stand up? Thank you.
All right, so we have 27 right now, which is quite a bit. So I'll just start things up. If someone joins within the next few minutes, they're in. But again, some people join, so I'm gonna repeat a few things here. So I'm not gonna send people over to if you want to go to the Discord, and now here comes a Yahoo. If you want to go to the Discord when you die, you can do that. Obviously, that's out of my control. But I will encourage you to go check out the stream instead, because because on the stream you will be able to affect the game after you're dead. You can vote on things happening and so on. And in the chat we will have Greg as the moderator. So big thanks to Greg again. So he has the blue text there. You can ask him questions about the game and so on. And he will, I think he will have his hands busy, because there seems to be a lot of people joining in the stream, which is fun. And let's see here. Now we are, what is this, 6 times? Now we're 29. All right. I think 29 is we could actually do 29, or at least on my screen. I can see everyone. I don't know how it is for you guys. All right. Well, people.
I'm just gonna say it right now. I cannot see everyone on my screen, so I'm gonna use that as my defense when I vote the wrong person.
Oh, so I can hide in the other screen.
All right.
No, I moved the people I want to see on my screen. So.
Oh, don't include me there.
Wow.
That's terrible. Like, you don't want to say who you don't want to see. Hey, Shogun Charlie is in the chat. Good to see you in. I will do some shout outs before we get started. Michael's here. Chris, obviously. Damien, hey. And Bjorn is here as well. So we have 2 moderators in the chat. Bjorn will help you out as well. But I don't know if Bjorn knows Werewolf. I don't think he played Werewolf. I don't know. He's the standard moderator for my channel, though. And Graham wants to be known as Graham. Where are you, Graham? There you go.
I messaged you in the chat one, but
it's hard to find people on this. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna do the Graham because that was just confusing. Oh, can't you change your own names? Maybe it's some Simon setting.
You can if you're not using a portal.
That's the thing. Can I send a message to you now though?
In the chat one, that's why I have.
Oh, you have a second one. Oh wow. All right. Well, don't make it too easy on me. So.
Sorry.
And Lucas is in the chat, which you cannot be. Get out of there, Lucas. Cheating.
What? I just wanted to check if someone catches me.
I caught you right away. Hey, Jill.
I nominate Lucas.
Okay.
Get this over with.
So now we're 30 people, I think. Did someone drop out? We're 30, so... No. It's the second Graham account. Yeah, it is.
Guild is
right.
something.
All right. So I think I'm going to say that we get started here, because again.
We should start. Yeah.
And I am going to. I don't think people can see. How does that work? Well, can someone, because I don't want to mess with my settings now, if someone can just send the video link or the stream link in the chat, so that if you die, you can go there and you can discuss the game and so on.
Yeah, I can do that.
There's going to be spoilers in that. So, all right. So, welcome to the Gwommy village once again, everyone. I'm happy to see so many people showed up. I don't really understand why, because this village hasn't done that good in history. So, I don't know why people want to move here. But more people than ever are visiting the Gwommy or living in the Gwommy village, I guess. And
I don't get it either.
I don't know. So, first of all, we're going to go over the roles. So we are going to start off here with, let's see, I have 29 here. So we're going to have some villagers. The villagers won't do anything and they don't know anything, but they are trying to deduce and trying to find out who the werewolves are. That's the plain villagers I'm talking about. And then, of course, some of the villagers will have special roles, special powers that they can use. So I'm going to start off with explaining the most complicated of them all, which is the Gwommyman. The Gwommyman, legendary by now, will each night wake up and get to choose between 2 actions that is randomized. And I will go through the actions in a minute, but we will also have the wannabe Gwommy Man will wake up after the Gwommy Man and gets to do whatever out of those two the Gwommy Man didn't choose. So I will hold up 2 of these things, and the Gwommy Man will give me a thumbs up or thumbs down for the top or bottom option. So it could be, there are always 8 options. So it could be a cure. A cure means that the Gwommy Man or the wannabe picks a player, and if that player was cursed or a lichen, I will explain these terms later on, or if they were a Gwommybot, that player will be fixed or healed or cured or whatever. So that's what cure is doing. Then we have protect. Protect means that you choose someone to protect. That player cannot die that night for any reason. It could be see, which means you tell me pick a player, and then I will tell you werewolf or not a werewolf. That's all the information you get out of that. But that might not be correct because there might be lichens and stuff. Then it could be scare. If you get scared, you pick a player. That player will not get to do their action that night, if they have an action, that is. You don't know that, obviously. If you would pick a werewolf, the whole werewolf team would not get to do a kill that night. I will tell the werewolves they were scared in that case. I'll not tell them exactly who of them were scared, but you know. Then it could be sleep. If you get sleep, that just means you won't do anything. Not that exciting, but maybe sometimes it does make sense. And here's some news for you. If you played in the Gwommy village before, it could be a gun. If you get gun, you pick a player. That player will get a gun. It's a one-shot gun, and it's not that great. It might miss fire. It's up to this little guy. But that player will have a gun, and at any time during the day, they can say, hey, I want to use my gun, and shoot whoever. And then I roll the die, and we'll see what happens. It could also be hag. Hag means it's like the old hag, standard old hag. You send someone out for the next day. That player is not in the village, turns off their camera and mutes themselves. They cannot be killed, but they can also not vote, of course. And finally, another new thing here, it could be no. So if you get no, it's like the priest, if you play with that. If you choose that one, I will tell you the exact role of the player that died during the day, if there were a player that died during the day. So you will know exactly who died. So those are the 8 possible Gwommy actions in this game. And so there's no kill, there's no nominate. That's a bit different from my other games, but I'm trying to mix it up.
Joseph, is the combinations there? Is there kind of like a back and front? So...
Yes, yeah, I should go through that as well. So if you want to type this down, or if you want to keep track of this, gun and sleep are on the same. Hag and no is on the same. I'm gonna get another copy of just one or something because I need to. Scare and cure is on the same. And see and protect are on the same. So you can't both see and protect the same night, basically. All right. So that's the Gwommy Man and the wannabe. The wannabe will do whatever the Gwommy Man didn't choose. If the Gwommy Man dies and the wannabe is still around, then the wannabe will just get one randomly. They don't know that Gwommy Man is dead. So.
Does the wannabe have to do the action that wasn't chosen by the Gwommy Man?
Yes, they have to do it. And there's no rules when it comes to Gwommy Mans during night, so you can't protect the same person twice and so on. You can do whatever you want.
Does the person have to like use the gun before they die, or if they die, can they use it?
No, if they die, they can't fire the gun because you have to actually pull the trigger. So you have to do it before you die.
If the person uses the gun, does the day automatically end?
No, that's beside the whole voting thing.
And the gun holder use the gun during his defense?
At any time during the day, you can say,
nice.
I want to use my gun. But again, it might not work. We'll see.
And the gun can be used on any future day. It doesn't have to be the day he receives
Exactly.
it.
You just keep it in your back pocket and then...
And is the team of the person who's killed from the gunshot revealed instantly?
It's just like everything else. Like I will say, is it a villager or a werewolf? Yeah.
Misfiring just means it doesn't work. It doesn't kill you.
I'm not going to say exactly how that works.
Okay.
You're going to find out. All right.
Are we this week, if the wannabe dies before the Gwommy Man, do we get new wannabes?
No. nothing like that. Well, so it's it's a little bit like that because we will also have a backup Gwommy The backup Gwommy is just an ordinary villager in all regards, except if the Gwommy dies or if the wannabe dies, they will take over the first. Whatever happens first, they will take over that role. So I will send a chat to them saying, "Hey, now you're this." Okay, then we will have a my favorite role, I think, which is the baby dragon, and it's Draco's favorite role, obviously, as well. He's kind of biased on that, but it's also going to get a little buffed. So normally, well, I'm just going to explain how it is now. It has 2 lives for all intents and purposes. So during, like, if you vote it out, it's not going to die. If the werewolves hit it, it's not going to die. It's going to have 1 life left. In this game, it can come out if it wants to and say that it's the baby dragon, but I don't think it wants to too early because it also has the Van Helsing effect. It can kill someone each night if it wants to. It can breathe fire, and so every night I will wake up the baby dragon, ask them if they want to kill someone. They don't have to. It's up to them. All right, then.
Wait, they can. So the baby dragon can say that he's the baby dragon.
Yeah, but maybe you don't want to do that because
Okay. No, because last time the baby dragon was not allowed to claim.
Yeah,
that
well, it's
role.
different here. We're also going to have some potentially have some mad people in the village. So yeah. All right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, this will take a little while. I'm sorry. Okay, then let's go to the easy ones. We're gonna have a bodyguard. The bodyguard wakes up every night. They can protect someone. They cannot protect the same person twice. We have the seer. The seer wakes up every night. They can ask if someone is a werewolf or not a werewolf. I will show them. We will have. Oh wait, that's actually all the village roles.
No Gwommy hag.
No, the Gwommy hag is not here today. She's somewhere else. I don't know. She sent herself out for the night.
And also no quota and optimist pessimist.
That's what I'm trying to check in my notes here. Didn't I put in a voter? I think I forgot the voter. We have to have. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we have a voter. Okay, so the Gwommy voter. First time they vote, they can choose if they want to go up or down. But then for the rest of the game, and they got to keep track of this. I'm just trusting you guys. They have to go the opposite, so they can alternate between up and down for the rest of the game.
What was the name of that role? Gwommy voter.
Yeah. Or the Gvoter, if you want to shorten it. Then okay, so that's the village, sort of. Some there's gonna be other things happening, but that's sort of the village. Then we're going to have some werewolves. The werewolves want to kill everyone. They're hungry. They want to eat in the night. If they get to what's it called? Parity with the village. So if it's 2 werewolves left and 2 villagers, they will instantly win. The werewolves will also have some special roles though to help them out. So we are going to have a werewolf hunter, and we are also going to have a Gwommy wolf, and the Gwommy wolf wakes up night 0, so before the game starts, and they get to pick between 2 different roles that they want to be for the rest of the game, and it's only going to be passive roles in this game because I can't handle too many night rolls. So those four, it's going to be 4 possibles. It's going to be 2 that I show them. You won't know which are actually in the game. So the possibles are Starving Wolf. The Starving Wolf, if you don't kill anyone during the day, then the werewolf will get 2 kills the next night. And that, some of you might think that's like not that strong, but you will understand soon why it is. Okay. It could be the wolf cub. If the wolf cub gets killed for any reason, the next night the werewolf will get 2 kills. It could be the wolfman. The wolfman looks like a villager if they get checked by the seer or the Gwommy man or the wannabe Gwommy man, even though they are a werewolf. And it could be the lone wolf. Someone in here really likes the lone wolf. The lone wolf is a werewolf, but they can only win if they are the last werewolf remaining. It's quite hard, I guess. I don't know.
Super hard.
All right.
Are these paired as well?
I'm sorry?
Are these paired as well?
No, that's like no, that's
Okay.
not paired. I'm not gonna show you. I already written down 2 randomly, but I'm not gonna show you which 2 it is. But then also the Gwommy wolf on night 0 will pick 3 players. One of those 3 will become a minion. So the Gwommywolf will not know exactly who the minion is because I've randomized that. One of those 3 will become a minion. And that could be anyone. I mean, I will wake up the wolves first. They know that they're not picking a wolf, right? But that could be anyone. It could be like the bodyguard might become a werewolf. And then roles will stack. So then it will be a bodyguard and it will be a werewolf. Sort of. The minion is not really a werewolf. It is a human, but it's routing for the werewolf. So, like, if the seer checks it, it's not a werewolf. If it dies, I'm going to say it was a villager. If it gets down to 2 and 2 and all that parity, it doesn't count. But it's on the werewolf team in terms of winning condition, if you get what I mean. We don't have a Gwommybots today, thankfully, though. So that's not going to happen. All right. So that's the minion, or the Gminion. And then finally, we will have a wannabe Gwommywolf. The wannabe Gwommywolf wakes up after the Gwommywolf on night 0 and just gets whatever the role is that the Gwommywolf didn't pick. So, that's sort of the roles. Before I go into attributes, do you have any questions on the roles?
So with the Gwommywolf powers, like 3 of them are good, but is there a reason why you would want to pick Lone Wolf? Because that just makes it harder for you.
No, but then you might have to
Maybe
give
some
it to
people.
the wannabe.
Yeah, this is just a chaotic village.
If Gwommy Man cures the Wolfman, does that remove that ability?
No, the Gwommy Man only like helps the sort of. Yeah, it doesn't work. It only works on humans.
Okay.
All right. And then Joseph, I don't know if you said it, but there is a wannabe Gwommy too, right?
The wannabe Gwommy Man, yeah, and there's a wannabe Gwommywolf.
Yep.
I understand it could be a bit confusing with all these Gwommies, but you know.
Is there a backup for the Gwommy and wannabe Gwommywolf?
There's only one backup.
There's a backup for the village Gwommy Man and the wannabe Gwommy Man. On the werewolf team, thank you, Io, for saying that, because I have it on here on my notes, but I almost missed it. On the werewolf team, these roles that the Gwommywolf has and the wannabe Gwommywolf has, when those 2 die, those will pass on to a random werewolf, and they will keep doing that. So we could have 3 wolfmans, sort of, but they can't exist at the same time because, like, if one of them dies, then it passes on to a random werewolf. So. All right.
So, do we have a cursed? I think
that's the attributes. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the attributes now. So there's.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there's 4 attributes in the Gwommy village. The first one is the lichen. The lichen doesn't know that they're a lichen, but if they get checked by a C action, they will look like a werewolf, but they're actually just a villager. There could also be cursed players. If you're cursed, then if the werewolves target you at night, instead of dying, you become a werewolf, and I will tell you you're now a werewolf. You could be a hunter as an attribute. So if you die, you get to kill someone right away without any input. You could also be, and this is where the main theme of tonight is, you could be a Gwommybot. Again, for some weird reason, the village decided to make even more of these bots. I don't really know if they're going to help the village or not. All of these 4 are in... I'm not going to tell you how many there are of these. They could be 0, they could be 20. I don't know. So, yeah. So, and these stack. So you could be, just as an example here, you could be a... It's theoretically possible that you are a bodyguard that is also cursed, but then you become the minion, and you're also a bot. So you have to do... So, yeah. Just so you know. Then I will explain the Gwommybots. So the Gwommybots are let's say you're a villager and a Gwommybot, then you're a villager, nothing else in terms of effects. But you have you didn't make these bots very good. So there's some quirks, there's some malfunctions in the programming. So I will tell you when I send out the role, hey, you're a villager, and you're also a bot, and you have to do this. Or it could be, hey, you're a werewolf and you're also a bot. Because, anyone can be a bot. And the things that you have to do, sort of, some of them are each day, some of them in certain situations, some of them you have to say something or you cannot say something. And, well, I'm gonna, keep a little track of that. Greg is gonna help me out a little bit, but I'm just gonna mainly trust you to follow. And as I also wrote now in my tutorial thing, is that if you don't do that, you might die. It's not 100%. So just so you know. All right, that's the attributes. And we covered.
Joseph,
Yeah.
if we're the Gwommybot and we don't do our roll one day, should we be messaging you then to let you know we didn't do it?
No.
You
don't need to. No. It's up to me to keep track.
One question. The Gwommybot, can he claim that role?
No,
in this
thank
game?
you, Luciana. That's the you cannot say. Okay, I need to go over that as well. You can't say that you are a bot and you have to do a certain thing, and you can't say that you are the Gwommyboter and you have to vote a certain thing. So these forced things that you have to do, you cannot talk about them. If you do that, you might get killed.
Can we say that for everybody, including people that aren't bots? You can't say I'm not a bot, because then people know you're not a bot, and we do process of elimination.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
So nobody's allowed to talk about being a bot or being a Gwommyboter, period.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you get cured, like I think you said last time, if you got cured.
Oh yeah, I need to explain cure as well. So let's say that you get cured. If you're a Lycan and you get cured, you won't even know it. But if you're a bot and you get cured, I will send you a message saying you don't need to do your quirk anymore. And then you can come out and say I was a bot and I had this quirk, because then you're cured, right? Or you fix the programming.
Good for people, like somebody says, "Oh, so I think you're a bot," like, and you, say, "Oh, no, I'm not."
Like, yeah, if someone asks you, "Oh, Jill, are you a bot?" You have to deny it if you're a bot. And the same goes for the Gwommyboter. You have to deny being it. All right. So this is the game. This is the role list and everything. To add on to this, we are live streaming on YouTube. And, I want to make it a little fun for the viewers as well. And so if you die, you can join the stream. And there's already some people in there watching that are not playing. So each day, the chat will get to vote on something. You will not, the players will not know exactly what it is though. But there's basically, you might be able to figure it out a little bit, because there's basically 4 different things. It's going to be day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. They get to vote on something. And then we're going to rotate back. So then day 5, they're going to do the same as they did day 1. And it's going to keep rotating for however long we play the game. It's not going to be, I hate the ghost rolls. So it's not going to be like, saying someone is a werewolf or something like that.
Help the village, chat. Help the village.
You're not even gotten your role yet, Lucas.
Well, I'm always a villager.
All right.
In my heart.
Well, except for the last game we just played like 40 minutes ago. But okay.
I was cursed. I can't do anything if I'm cursed,
Okay, is there any questions before I start sending out rolls?
Yeah, I have 2 quick questions. One is the hunter. If the hunter is scared just because their power is the day power, do they not get to do their hunter ability?
No, scared is only for night.
Okay, so they would still get to do theirs even if they were scared.
Well, actually, in theory, let's say that this is going to be complicated for me to keep track of. I think I had it. So let's say that the Gwommy man wakes up first. Let's say that they scare Connor, just as an example, because you asked the question. And Connor is the werewolf hunter. Then the baby dragon chooses to kill Connor that night. Then Connor is scared, so then the hunter won't work.
Okay.
But as soon as I say like, oh, now it's morning, and now you can start discussing stuff. From that point on, you're not scared anymore.
And the backup Gwommy man, do they just only become when the Gwommy man dies, or can they become the wannabe Gwommy man?
Whoever dies first.
Okay, they just take them. All right.
Yeah.
And initially, they'll just be told they're a villager, right?
No, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them you're the backup Gwommy man.
Okay.
Sorry if I missed this. Are all Gwommybots inherently good, or can
anyone can be a Gwommybot?
Okay, cool.
The Lycan doesn't know he's a Lycan. The Gwommybot does.
Does know, and the hunter knows, and the curse doesn't know. So it's 2 knows, 2 doesn't.
Very good.
Know.
And you're not going to tell us what the 4 options the chat gets to pick from you?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, you might be able to figure it out, and it's not going to be like destroying the teams. All right, so
I will say, if you didn't notice, Joseph Matthias dropped. I don't know if he's coming back.
I think he will come back. Did you explain the voting system?
No. There's so much to go through it. All right, I will also ask you to not use the chat in here unless you really need to, because I get like these pop-up messages all the time. Okay, so voting system is going to work like this. Each day you will look for 2 candidates. One of them might die, I would say. So I'm just gonna go by who's ever next to me. So let's say Chef nominates Timothy and Jade says second, so she seconds nomination. Then Timothy becomes the first candidate of the day. Then Gwalasic Paul nominates Eddie and Balash seconds that. Then Eddie is the second candidate. Once we have 2 candidates, we're going to have the defense speeches, which means that the first one, Timothy in this case, would have his defense uninterrupted. I'm going to be fairly strict with that. You know, you have your time. You're not going to be interrupted. I'm going to mute people if they start like interrupting people. And then Eddie will have his defense. Then we will have a little bit, depending on how long it took you to get to those 2 nominations, we're going to have a little bit of time for questions and answers for the candidates. But that's questions and answers for the candidate. It's not talking about 10 other different things, because then again, I will be fairly, I love you all, but I will also be, I will use the mute button if need be. So, all right. Then when we have the 2 candidates, you're going to vote. And then it will be up for the first one nominated. I will remind you every round that up for this person, down for that person. Or if you want, you can just pull your hand back when I count down the votes, and you're not going to vote at all.
Oh,
so that means that you could have days when you don't kill anyone, because if it's a tie, then nobody dies. And of course, if you all agree, you could try to, I don't know, that's up to you. So that's the voting system for tonight. It's a little bit different than earlier, but I think this will be fun. And I think, I'm trying out different stuff each time. It makes sense with this theme as well, that the village is everlasting changes. Nothing is ever the same. So I'm going to start sending out roles and randomize and all that. And you can have a chat meanwhile. And
I'm assuming... Sorry, I'm assuming the Gwami voter has to go up or down.
Yeah, that's why they are forced, because, yeah.
Okay.
But they know, like, if they nominate someone and that's the first nominee, and they know that the next, up is the next thing they need to do, then they can plan for that.
I would love to be the Gwami voter. It sounds so low stress.
Ask and you shall receive.
And the votes are hidden or not hidden?
Hidden.
So it is possible to have a...
The votes are not hidden. Everything is
not hidden, right? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the...
no.
I thought you said something else, Lucas. Sorry, my bad.
Nice. Nice.
Lucas, you're in the live stream chat, right? So you know all these special day 1 kind of day 2 rules.
No, I left the chat.
Yeah, you can't be in the chat. I'm gonna kill you if I see you.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna say it like Tom says. I'm gonna kill you in game.
Yeah, in game.
So you said
I have to ask you about that horn because it's so awesome.
I'm sorry?
I want to ask Chris about that horn he's drinking out of because it's so sweet.
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's empty now, so.
Where is that from, Chris?
I got it a while ago. It's just a cheap little horn, but.
Okay, I didn't know if it was from like something specific or.
No.
Nice.
Just a bit of cool thing to drink out of, really.
And Gil asked previously if the weird names can go back to the real names, please, because otherwise it will be very confusing during the game.
Oh, what's a weird
Except
name?
for Mwagi. Mwagi can stay.
Mwagi.
What's a weird name, Lucas?
Guanjeas.
Hey, that might be offensive.
No, I know his real name. It's fine. So, who's new to the Gwami village? Who has never played the Gwami game before?
Yep, I'm new.
That's a lie, Paul.
Put your hand down, Gwami.
Okay, we have quite a few new ones.
I'm new, so.
I'm sorry for you guys.
It's a little bit like sitting an exam with all those double rules.
Don't say that you're confused. That never goes over well.
Say you know everything, then it's okay.
Well,
I'm confused, but I'm not gonna
You got
say
me a
it.
little bit crazy, ain't you? So.
I haven't been playing with the group for a while, so I was traveling for work for a bit, and yeah, look at me now. I'm coming back and getting straight into the Gwommy village.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a slaughter for me.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. I was just waiting for this game.
They're fun, Daniel. They're fun.
Yeah, I know. I've played in 2 of them, I think, or one
okay.
or 2 of them. So I know.
Just
Since
out
you
of
last
interest.
played Daniel, Luciana's become like an expert at this, so watch out for her.
She's been playing really good lately. Hands down, she's been
Sorry.
playing good werewolf
Say
lately.
what? No.
Nothing. And she's on my team. She believes me everything I say.
That is true. You have never lied to me.
Never.
So Gwami, do you get stopped in the street a lot now? Like now you've had this new famous and you're adored and you're like almost like a god, a purple god.
I don't walk in the street.
You get carried.
He floats above the ground.
His minions carry him around.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay,
So
so I randomized everything, so I'm gonna start sending out rolls.
So I guess we really lost Matthias.
I would say yes, because now I randomized everything. So if
Yeah.
people are not here right now, I'm sorry, but
I guess he fled after hearing explanations.
all right.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna send out rolls. So please don't talk to me for a little bit, because then I may mess up and send you your name.
Yeah.
So. But you can talk to each other, obviously, or to the chat, to the viewers. I don't know.
I haven't received my name yet.
Yeah. So Gwommy, when you get sent Gwommy, how do you know if you've just been sent your name or your role?
That's a good question.
Just said purple.
Gwommy will have it easier now during the night because there's only 2 night Gwommy actions. Usually it's like Gwo, wake up, Gwo, wake up, Gwo, wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It must be so confusing for you.
I have to turn my chair around so that if I do accidentally look up, I don't actually see the screen.
I was a Gwami thing last time, and I woke up for the wrong one. It is confusing.
Yeah, it's totally confusing.
I like drifted out for a second, and then it was like wanna be Gwami, and I like opened my eyes, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of people with their eyes open.
What does the Gwami thing do?
No, it was a Gwommy. I suppose it was some Gwommy role.
I think it was the
It's not
backup, or the wannabe Gwami wolf is what I think.
The
it was.
wannabe Gwami wolf.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I hope I will become the baby dragon again.
I was the baby dragon last game. That was fun.
Yeah, it's really fun as baby dragon.
The game before
I
that.
was hoping for a silly role, something like the Gwommy teen or the voter or something like that. I just want to play a loosey-goosey game for once.
I just don't want to be a werewolf. I'm so.
I meant to ask this during explanation. Does the baby dragon know when their first life is gone?
He's
No.
been telling us yet.
Or
Well,
is it?
last game
Also,
he
I
did-
guess it depends.
Yeah.
He's been switching it, I think.
And this is the same thing where the baby dragon can't come out, right?
No, it can.
Okay.
But
But
you also have
in
a
this
Van,
game, yeah.
This
but
game
you
it
also
can
have a
kill.
Van Helsing,
Yeah.
ability at night. So
So the only roles you are not allowed to claim are the bots and the Gwami voter.
Yeah.
Right?
So just don't talk about the bots or the quarter.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
talk about the Sasquatch.
By the way, Paul, if you
Sasquatch.
claim the thing and what was it again? The insomniac again?
I was the insomniac and the priest and the thing that goes bump in the night.
Paul
and
can't
I
be insomniac. I'm the insomniac.
Yeah, if you claim them again, this time you will die, Paul.
I have a question for Guayahu. I'm the insomniac. That was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah, I had it written in my notes, and then I forgot what it was called. So in the middle of saying it, I was like, "Oh, I forgot what it was called," and I was trying to find it in my memory.
That was the best part of the game. I wasn't even paying like super attention, but every day I had to tune in to hear what you claimed.
I was a mummy at one point too. I was.
Yeah, but I forgot what he does.
Yeah.
The amount of roles that you were.
Did most of y'all just come from that game at that 3:00 game? 3:00 Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. Like 6
Guilty.
hours straight of.
Don't worry too much. They're also playing Blood in the Clock Tower after.
I'm,
Yeah.
I have that kind of fortitude.
I'm tired already.
The best part about when I claimed being the insomniac was like it just kind of got dismissed, and then Trey's like, "Wait a minute, can we like all go back to that for a minute?" Please?
But Trey's reactions to everything that game was just over the top. It was great.
Are you guys getting much physical gaming done, like in the lockdown and everything, or not?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I know I'm not either.
I had to think about it. I was like, wait, what's a physical game? It's been too long.
Yeah.
I've got Seventh Continent out a few times.
Nice.
Hasn't stopped me from buying them. But
Yeah, I bought a few as well.
Sure.
I'll second that.
Do look really nice on the
John,
shelf.
John, my advice to you is move across the world and you stop buying games for at least a little while. So that's not going to
Definitely not true. That.
Oh,
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I was traveling a lot this past 2 weeks, and I was buying games wherever I went. So
Every time I go to Germany, I stock up.
And nothing stops people from buying games, I think. But I couldn't
suspicious
have.
of Gil.
I
Just
couldn't
look at him.
played none, so I was playing Valhalla, Assassin's Creed, and for those video gamers here, it's a great game.
Did Jay just come in and take over
Epic game.
Gil's stream?
This is Jay playing.
Oh my God! You kept you kept it going.
I sat down.
Oh, that's great.
My son got Valhalla last week. I walked in, big screen TV. I see him rolling dice on the screen.
Yeah.
I have 1,000 of those downstairs.
Yeah, one of my goals in the game would be to collect all the god powers. When you win a game, you get the god power of the opponent. The more of those that you have, the better options you have when you play the game. It's a great game. That dice game, it's a nice little game. It's a fun one.
That design that I did for Jay, is that the one for Jason? I could use it at the.
Yeah.
Well, his reaction is always the same.
Jason didn't enjoy that drawing at all.
You could play the tarantula if you.
Why not? So Lucas, if I fall asleep at night, you have to wake me up.
Yeah, sure.
I'm almost done. There's a lot of people.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you also have to send out the attributes, you know.
Oh boy.
You'll have to have moderators to help you moderate.
Yeah.
You're making it complicated.
Well, I've only got 3 roles, so I can help moderate if you want.
That's your 4th role, Gwommy.
All right.
Yahoo, your background has changed like 5 times since we got here.
It's the Gwommy village.
This is, I'm protecting myself from the purple.
Oh, yeah.
I don't approve.
Okay, is there anyone that didn't get a role?
Wait, something blinked just as I was
Oh,
raising my
actually, Graham. I need to send to the correct Graham.
Yep. Thank you.
I keep forgetting that.
Do I raise my hand if I got more than one roll?
No, raise it if you don't. If you only have one roll, you should raise.
Oh, okay.
Well, mate, it doesn't matter what you do. We're not going to believe you anyway.
You know, one of these times the storyteller is actually going to send me like 3 rolls.
Actually, yeah, I never believe Gwami when he only says one roll or claims one roll in games. He's
No,
suspect
actually,
then.
yeah, actually, Gwami has like 3 lives. He's the Gwami man. Then when he dies, he becomes the wannabe, and then when he dies, he becomes the backup.
Oh my goodness.
And then the Gwami wolf.
All right. So we are ready to get started. If everybody, if someone did not get a roll, please tell me right now. If you have questions, you can ask me. Obviously, you can ask me in the chat if you don't want to ask me outright. I will answer one right now.
That wasn't a
To
question.
verify real quick, Joseph. For the like the werewolves and stuff at night, are they allowed to, like, say the Gwami wolf? Can they say that I chose wolf cub or anything like that? Do you allow that or not?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Like the Gwami wolf, can they like write on their thing, I picked wolf cub, so the other werewolves know? Or
Yeah,
not?
great question. So I will allow sort of information between the werewolves during night. No novels. We need to get the game moving. But if you have like a quick thing, you can do that. Also, if you want to point at someone or at yourself or whatever during the night, feel free. I don't care. Yeah. I'm gonna be pretty loosey-goosey when it comes to those parts, and then I'll be pretty strict when it comes to the time frame because we have so many people. So I will like say, okay, now we need a nomination and so on. It depends also. Maybe you will start killing each other like crazy. We'll see. So let's get going here with the first night. I hope I have not forgotten anything, and I might mess up, but you know, I'm trying. So I think you will forgive me. So good night, everyone. Yeah, thank you. And welcome to the Gwommybots village once again. I already talked a little bit earlier here about the theme, but I mean, in the Gwommybots village, it's kind of crazy. Basically, a lot of things going on, and it's very hard to know what's actually happening. And for some strange reason, you made even more of these Gwommybots. You think that would help the village against the werewolves? I'm not really sure it will. You know, I don't know if that was such a good decision. To make all those bots, but you did, and now they're here, and a lot of them are not really functioning as they should. So there we go. Now I'm going to start by waking up all the werewolves. So if you are a werewolf of any kind, please wake up. Do a little wave so that the other werewolves can see you and so on. There we go. Thank you. You can go back to sleep. You're not going to kill anyone on the first night because, you know, that would be really boring for the person playing. Then I will ask and I'm going to be very clear here, only the Gwommybots to wake up. And you will get to choose a roll between these two, so you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You want to be that, all right? So let me write that down, but don't go to sleep. I need you for something else, but... okay, so... there we go. All right. Now I will ask you to pick another player, or actually 3 players. One of them will become a minion. I'm sorry, a Geminion, actually. Thank you. I'm going to roll it up right away. You will not know who it was, but one of them will be that. All right, so now you can go to sleep, and I will ask the wannabe Gwommywolf. The wannabe Gwommywolf, if you can wake up, and you are this. Thank you. So let me type that down here as well. And then we are going to have the Gwommy Man, not the wannabe, just the Gwommy Man wake up. And you're going to get to do one of these two things here. You will go up or down. You want to do that, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Let's have the wannabe Gwommy Man wake up. So you will get to do this, or you have to do this to someone. Thank you. All right. Then let's have the seer wake up. So seer, who do you want to check? Thank you. And then let's have the baby dragon wake up. You haven't loaded your cannons yet, so you can't breathe any fire, but I just want to say hi, so, yeah. All right, and then finally bodyguard. You don't really need to do anything, but I want you to wake up and just say hi. So, there we go. And that was everyone. So everyone can wake up, and we are ready for day one. And as we start day one, let's see, do I need to tell you anything? No. So also I will say during the game it's good to once in a while check your messages, because I might send you things, and I will encourage you to not use the chat for other things, because then you might miss my messages. So, and if I send you a message, please just return and say, okay, I got it, or something, so I know that you've seen it. All right, have fun in the village. We're looking for 2 candidates, and here we go.
You need to send the minion. If you didn't.
Yeah, no. Thank you.
Just a rules question, sorry. The baby dragon, does that person get to use the night skill every night or just sometimes?
Every night if they want to. It's like Van Helsing.
Van Helsing.
Okay, thank you.
Are they not able to vote the next day if they kill a villager like the Van Helsing?
Oh, it's the baby dragon.
No, it's the baby dragon. It just breathes fire and someone dies.
That's a very suspicious question,
Okay, well, here's my second statement, which is that there's like 47 people here, so I'm going to be not saying a lot. But I didn't get to say that until after I was suspicious to Lucas, so there's that.
It's already too late.
Okay, well, then go ahead and kill me.
Steve, I've told you 1 billion times, don't exaggerate.
As this is not the first Gwommy village thing, how many wolves are usually used in this?
Probably 15.
Well, the last time we had such a huge Gwommy village, it was like 7 or 8, I think.
Yeah, it was right about 7 or 8.
Yeah, but we were like 22 people, I think.
That may be, let's say, though, 5 or 6 wolves and then 4 cursed or something.
Yeah, some people might be cursed, yeah.
But he's also done like 4 or 5 in like a 2024 game thing with that type of thing. So he's done both.
Well, considering that this time the votes are not hidden, I assume he probably created more werewolves than.
I mean, the werewolves have the advantage of like having the passed down powers. So whenever like the Gwommy wolf dies, those.
I'll be right back. Don't kill anyone while I'm gone.
Don't kill.
Yeah, especially if there's like a wolf cub and that keeps passing down, like.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of kills.
That could be nasty. Yeah, that could be nasty.
Yeah, although if there's a lone wolf and that keeps on being passed around, that could really act the other way a bit.
Yeah, so I think Joseph will probably have decided the number of werewolves depending on if the lone wolf was chosen or not, as a random.
Interesting.
Because the lone wolf doesn't help the werewolves.
I'm still wondering, just given numbers, if he hasn't gone for the Ravenous and the Wolf Cub just to kill us off first.
Is
He probably
Ravenous?
did.
Is that starving?
Yeah.
Starving.
Okay.
Yeah. I had just a question. I've never played with the back or the wannabe, so it used to be where if the Gwami man chose the one, the Gwami wolf got the other one. So now it's just the wannabe gets whatever the Gwami man.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
the Gwami wolf chose one of the two roles, and the wannabe Gwami wolf got the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Lone Wolf was there, they know who the Lone Wolf, and they actually have an adversary on their team, which would be
That's true. Yeah.
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 But then that lone wolf will be passed down as
To the
well.
other
which is-
Oh, I
wolves.
forgot about that.
That's true.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
One of the
It means if you get towards the end game, you know the lone wolf is probably still alive because it's passed on. So you end up with two wolves who want each other dead.
Do all the werewolves get to know the minion now, or just the one werewolf that picked the minion?
I don't think anyone.
Even that one doesn't know.
Yeah,
Pick
they know
three
one of
people,
three.
and then it's
They
random
know
one
one
of
of
them.
three.
Yeah.
One of 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's only the person who.
Which is like really good for us because that means they probably don't want to kill any of those 3 people, at least not until they.
Yeah.
Yeah, although it does, and what it also means is there's a chance that they don't just go for whoever they think the best player in the game is because they want the option of killing them off early.
That's the idea. Try to break the meta.
Whoever would pick the seer's name, would that person become a minion, or you would just move to the next person? Is the seer?
No. Everything stacks. You can be the seer minion, or whatever.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
That would be a twist of the village.
All right, Joseph, I want to ask if the bodyguard is cursed and then he's turned into werewolf. Is he a werewolf or a werewolf bodyguard?
Werewolf bodyguard. Everything stacks.
God.
So you can try to protect from the baby dragon.
Joseph, with the baby dragon, you said it's like Van Helsing, but is there a downside if the baby dragon accidentally?
No.
Okay.
Yes, the
I mean-
downside is you kill the villager. That's the downside.
Yeah, but the
He likes to breathe fire, right? So.
I'm gonna say this. I'll play the Sasquatch card. If you're cursed, you're on the village team, right? So if you come out now, we can protect you.
But they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
No.
And the werewolves want to target the cursed, which you know.
Did you say
so even
cursed?
if they knew, we wouldn't want them to say they were cursed.
Sorry.
Did you say cursed could be on anything or just villagers?
Anything, it's an attribute.
If it's on a werewolf, it doesn't matter really. But it's all random. It's all random.
Wow.
If it's on a werewolf, comes an uber werewolf after.
Yeah, when it becomes targeted, it becomes a lone wolf.
Yeah.
I like that rule.
So Alex Daly, why are you hiding your eyes?
Yeah. Very, very, very poker-esque.
Yeah, what's up with
I just
that?
want to say that I'm glad to be back on the Village of Guam, graciously hosted by Joseph, not Tom.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So you didn't really talk about your glasses at all. I noticed.
Honestly, I have nothing to hide. You know, in all of you, I could confide, but
yes,
there's some things I need to leave implied.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of words that rhyme with glasses that you could have used.
That's impressive.
Going on.
So, Alex, what can you rhyme with I'm a werewolf?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah, wolf is tricky to
Werewolf
rhyme with.
in golf. I don't know.
Jade, are you new to our werewolf group or first game?
Yeah, first time.
Oh God, I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fun so far.
Okay.
Are you having fun because you're a werewolf?
That was a nervous laugh. That was a very nervous laugh.
Huh.
Connor, you seem to be plotting there in your seat right now.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised Connor hasn't said anything so far. He usually has some plan or strategies to
I hate
share.
when people say I haven't said anything. I've maybe said 3 or 4 things at
No,
least.
no, I mean regarding the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't
threw out
saying you didn't
ideas
say
about,
anything.
like, I threw out the idea that the Gwommy picked 3 people. They're not going to try to kill those 3 people, at least not until they become a threat, because they know one of them's going to be a minion. So that's good.
I'm a minion.
I brought up the fact that if there's a lone wolf as one of the options, they have essentially a bad guy on their team. I'm just, again, that's what I like to do in the first round, is try and figure out some strategy or ideas, but because there's nothing to go off of reads right now. I mean,
So you haven't found anything game breaking so far?
No, I haven't found that yet.
That's why I asked. You looked like you were plotting like the Grinch at the top of his.
No, I have to, again, I can't, my computer doesn't fit everybody on the screen, so I got to go back like
Oh,
Jay
right.
did.
Okay.
There's extra people.
Speaking of that, if you kill some people, it's gonna be easier.
Is there any detriment to us not killing anybody on the first night?
Yes,
Starving
wolf.
If Starving Wolf was picked.
Oh, if they took that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if it's it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, and I think with
Another
this,
thing-
we always have to put 2 people up, and then the only way we don't kill is if
Oh,
it's
right.
a guy.
Right. So it's not like So it's tougher to not kill someone during the day because of the voting system.
Okay.
Another thing to be aware of is that we don't know how much the stream affects everything.
Yeah, I was going to say that as
but
well.
when we die, we can go
Exactly.
do that. So villagers can help out the team.
That's true, yeah.
We don't know
What-
how
what-
much time, but that's a positive.
What do we reckon those kind of like 4 things they can do? I think one of them is kind of like maybe we can't vote or something like that. Like
I feel like it's gonna be some sort of something. One of them has to be messing with the nomination or something. Like only the first one is up on the
Yeah.
block or some sort of. I don't know.
Yeah,
Joseph doesn't
once we
like-
put someone up, they put a second person up.
Oh.
I know Joseph does not like to do things that mess with the count, so I don't think he would do that.
Yeah.
Like, if it was like the count was messed up, I don't think he would. I mean, he
I don't
could.
think it'd be too overpowered anyway.
I was thinking it'd be
yeah, we'll
like
find out,
silence
like-
someone.
I can say as much as there will be no letters or colors or people's facial hair involved in that. So
But I'm thinking six werewolves and a minion at this point with that many people.
And I suppose the question also starts to become, what side does the stream end up on? If they're on the villagers' side, then yes, they can go and whatever it is, target a werewolf, even with a random you can't vote, to try sending us signals. But if they then decide they want to change teams just because they're not on any team, really.
Can somebody clarify the no ability of the Gwommy man? So if they choose that, how do I don't?
they will. It's like the priest. They will get to know exactly the role of the person that died the previous day.
Of the person that died.
If
So
someone
they
died
don't-
that day.
They don't have to specifically pick that person. They just the next person that dies, they know who that is.
The most recent person, basically, that died during the day. If I mean, it's possible for 2 people to die during the day because of hunters and so on.
Do they have to pick the no before or after the kill?
It's the first thing they do in the night, so that's after the kills.
Okay.
They won't know because everybody's so who does first doesn't really matter at that point.
So I kind of want to kill someone so that they can find out, sir.
I second that.
We're gonna end up doing someone.
I'm gonna nominate Alex Daly because I feel like rhyming as a robot is like a really obvious tell, and I don't think all the tells would be that obvious.
Okay, so we have a nomination for Alex Daly. Is there a second?
I agree with that. The only thing is that a bot can be any role. So even if we believed he was a bot, it doesn't clear him. So I feel like there would be no reason to hide behind that.
Also, a really hard one to a hard corner to put yourself in.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get my bearings in this game. I don't want to get anybody killed on a spurious claim.
There it is.
Can there be a werewolf bot at the start, or
I don't hear a second, so we're gonna skip that and back
Yeah,
to nominating.
there can be werewolf bots, Elliot.
I thought the Lycan Cursed Hunter and bots were all things that just modified.
No, it could be
No, anyone.
Anybody. I
So
I
that's
really
like-
want to keep Alex alive because I think he's going to go crazy by halfway through the game.
I second that.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yep. Do it for the stream. Keep him alive for the stream.
Entertainment value just there.
Is the starving wolf a one-time thing, or it happens all the time?
Every
It's
time.
passive.
Every
It's
time.
every
Every
day.
time.
It's every day. Yes.
Until we
That's
kill
passive.
him. Assuming it's not the backup.
Well, then it will be dropped off to the next werewolf. So therefore, it's always going to be in the game if it's in the game right now.
Would it
So
make
we,
sense to not kill to see if the starving wolf's in the game?
I
I'm
don't
not
think that.
opposed to that.
No,
Well, with
I don't
this
think it
many
can work
people-
because
First of
we
all-
have the Gwommy man and the wannabe Gwommy who
I
could
guess
kill,
they might be forced to kill.
and the
them.
baby dragon could also kill.
Yeah,
And then we
probably
never
the-
know.
By the way, the
Gwom-
chances.
the Gwommy
Gwommy
man
man
doesn't
doesn't
have to
kill.
kill.
The chances of us tying on a vote in this type of game with a Gwommy voter, people don't have to vote. It's like so
So
unlikely.
can the Gwommy voter choose not to vote, or are they only up or down?
No,
They have to be up and
They
down.
have to.
They have to be
Yeah,
up,
they switch
down,
each
up,
time.
down. Yeah. And Lucas, the Gwommy man doesn't have to kill. They don't have that ability this game.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
write it.
Yeah, that's correct. The Gwommyman
Yes, it's
cannot
just
kill
gonna get-
anyone.
Okay.
in this game.
So only the
I would
baby dragon can
also
kill.
Only the baby
recommend
dragon,
if
yeah.
you find the Gwommy voter, please don't say that or call them out.
Yeah.
Just pay attention.
I don't know that it really puts a target on them though, because they can
It
help the
does. It's a
werewolf
cleared
just as
villager.
easily as
It's
they
a
help
clear.
the villager.
Anytime it's a cleared villager, you have werewolves always kill the cleared villagers. So I would not put a target on them.
Speaking of killing, we do need to find candidates.
We have no.
I nominate Graham.
Graham has been nominated. Is there a second?
Who nominated him?
I did.
Yes.
That's funny. I was thinking that because he looks the most comfortable of everybody.
So is there a second nomination for Graham?
Yeah, I'll nominate that. Or
All
second
right.
that.
So we have our first candidate. We are looking for a second one to go up against Graham.
Graham, who do you want to go up against?
Any suspicions?
I don't really. So the only thing I was actually thinking about was what Connor pointed out about the minion, and if it was the Gwommy wolf that chooses the minion, without that thought, I would have suspected Melissa would have been a good candidate for a minion. But if that means she's going to be safe because they don't know she's a minion, that throws a little bit of a spanner in the works. So
That's true. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's the only sort of processing I've been doing. Other than that, I don't have much to share.
I've never played with Melissa. Is she good at this game?
Why did you second Graham so fast? What was your? You just mentioned something.
Me?
Yeah. Why did you second so fast?
He looks the most comfortable. Like he looks like there's not a care that he's got this. You know what I mean? Like a werewolf
he's
doesn't have
too
to worry
relaxed.
too much.
I feel the opposite way. When I'm a villager, I'm chill because what are they gonna accuse me for? Like the truth will come out. Whereas when I'm a werewolf, I'm more on edge, in my opinion. But so I think it seems like it depends. So it seems like we can't necessarily read that.
I want to nominate John.
Okay, we have a nomination for John, right? Is there a second?
I don't think he's bad because of that. I'm just saying.
So it doesn't seem like anyone wants to second that. So let's continue.
So hard.
I nominate Gil.
We have a nomination for Gil. We are looking for a possible second, or we just move on.
Yeah, a second.
Then somebody can nominate me and we can have crickets.
Lucas seconded, so Jill is the second candidate. So we have two candidates. So I'm going to. I'm gonna mute you, and then.
Before we vote, bodyguard, protect me tonight, please.
What?
All right, so I'm gonna mute everyone, and I'm going to ask Graham to unmute and have your defense.
Yeah, I don't have info at this point, and to be honest, my social reads aren't super great. So I'm not happy to go up against Gil, just because if he's good, he'll be potentially more used to the village at this point. I know I'm good, but if you have any reason to suspect Gil, vote for him. Otherwise, he's probably going to be more help than I will.
All right. So let's hear it from Jill.
Well, I'm good. I mean, I'm really not suspicious of anybody. I just, since we had to nominate somebody, I just thought it was weird how John was like so quick. It's almost like he was expecting to second somebody. It might be nothing. It might be just me that fish on something, just grasping on air. But since I have nothing on anyone, I have to pick the little things. And that's why I nominate John. I'm good. You probably don't want to kill me.
All right. So, is there any questions? Try to do this in a somewhat orderly fashion. If you have questions for Graham or Jill, you can unmute yourself.
Graham, as Joseph previously said in our previous game, you're the smartest person in here.
I don't think that's the case, and certainly not anymore.
I would like to hear from Yahoo why he would nominate me.
It's quite similar to what you said. To me, what John said made sense. And here's the thing. I was literally ready to second anyone because what do we know? Nothing. Okay, somebody nominate somebody? Good enough.
Everybody's thinking to second. There was no thinking, no thought on it.
No. That's why. In fact, that's why I said, "Who said that? Who said that?" Because I was like, "Who's thinking just like me?" Because I'm watching Graham, and
it wasn't
said Graham. I'm like, "Yes."
I said it might be nothing. It's just something that I can, and we need a nomination. And I knew if I didn't nominate somebody, it would be me.
Sure.
As it did happen.
Sorry, Gil.
So it seems like maybe we are ready to vote. And then I am going to mute you all, and I will go through this, stay one and everything. So you can vote up to kill Graham. You can vote down to kill Jill, or you can, when I count down the vote, you can just retract your arm, and then you abstain from voting. Okay, so let's get going here. We vote up for Graham, down for Jill, or abstain in 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, let me count. So we have 1, 2. Okay, we only have 2 down. We have a bunch up. So Graham has been killed by the village. Sorry, Graham. You are a very smart player, though. But yeah, and yeah, Graham was a werewolf. So good night, everyone. And let me update my notes. This village is on fire. You killed a werewolf not day 1. That was impressive. So let's see here. We are going to do the night things, and we're gonna start off with the Gwommyman. So Gwommyman, wake up. And you can choose between these 2 things. You want to do that, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Right, wannabe Gwommyman, please wake up. You have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolves, you evil werewolves, wake up. Choose someone to target. And I will remind you, you can do a little bit of communication if you want, as long as it's not too much. Okay. And let's have the minion. Minion, wake up. And I just realized that I never explained this, but the minion, you get to check for werewolves during the night. You get a C action. I forgot to say this in the beginning. I'm sorry. That was too much to handle for my brain. The minion will wake up each night and look for werewolves so that they know who's on their team, sort of. I didn't have it written down. I always have to have stuff written down, otherwise I will forget it. Thank you. Then let's have the baby dragon. You cute little thing. Do you want to kill someone? Thank you. And let's have the seer wake up. So seer, who do you want to see this night? Thank you. Then let's have the... Oh, that's everyone. I don't think I've forgotten anyone. Alright, so everyone can wake up. Now, a few things happened here, and you don't need to unmute yourself yet because I will go through this. So, first of all, Daniel, you have been silenced. You cannot speak today, so you have to be muted. Sorry. We also have some bad news. Luciana, you have been eaten by the werewolves in the night. Sorry. Luciana was a villager. And Coraller, you have been killed in the night as well. And Coraller was a villager. He might have been eaten as well. I shouldn't have said that. One of them was eaten, obviously. Alright, sorry for that. Now let's get going with day number 2 and have fun with it.
So the baby dragon had to kill, right? That's the only way that happened.
Well,
I think so.
Wolf cub.
Wolf Cub, yeah.
Cub.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Graham voted for himself. I don't know if anybody else caught that.
I didn't
Graham
catch
Yeah.
voted for
Yeah,
himself,
he did, yeah.
By the
I'm
way,
assuming
Graham's
he was-
defense, I didn't even need to hear Gil's defense. I was voting Graham just based on his defense.
He said, "Oh, I'm just a villager. He's more
Yeah.
important."
It wasn't even that. Anytime you bring my name up into your defense, I'm killing you. I found those people that bring my name up in defense end up being a werewolf.
I wasn't sure whether to kill Gil or kill Graham. I didn't know if his words were a scam, but kill him we did, and I'm certainly glad because he was a werewolf and his team must be sad.
I know I have to say, if I was picking up the minion, see, I haven't played with a lot of people here, but for the people there, I would say it would be Melissa, Gwommy, and you would be my 3 names. So there will be a natural suspicion throughout the game because of that
No,
meta.
That's
No, I
fine.
agree.
And you'll never know
Last
because
time they-
you can't clarify, right?
Yeah, I also found it interesting that none of them were killed night 1 because I know who I'd pick night 1 if I was picking
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
That is interesting because it makes it so that the people that would be the usual suspects don't die because they picked them to be the minion, and then
I already claimed to be the minion.
because they don't know who it was.
One question, Joseph, to clarify now that we know what the minion does at night. If they pick a lichen, you would still say they are a werewolf, correct?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what did you say?
If the minion picks somebody who's a lichen, you would tell them they're a werewolf?
Oh, yeah. The minion gets the same information as the seer.
Okay.
So that makes
Ah.
the wolf man less powerful too.
That
Because
makes the minion very for the werewolves. now.
This village is all about confusion. Things doesn't make sense.
So, is there a chance that the Gwommy man or wannabe Gwommy man could be a minion because they silenced Daniel? Because Daniel has a lot of usually good information to provide, so the fact that he can't talk
Yeah, because when they stack, that could happen.
Like Adam never
That
talks.
could- yeah.
He's just quiet there. It's just easy pick to pick him. But someone that's going to provide good information.
I
fairly
disagree.
certain the viewers got to pick who silence.
Yeah, I agree. And that
Because the Gwami man doesn't have that option. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the
our live
Gwami man
chat
doesn't
picked
have that?
Oh yeah,
No,
they
it
do
doesn't.
not have
You don't know.
Yeah, I also think it was the viewers.
It's not on the list of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not. That's true.
So, is it because Daniel is a villager, or is it because he's a werewolf?
Did two
Yeah,
people die last
exactly.
night?
What team are they on?
Yeah, 2 people died. Do you
Were
do you
they
think
both villagers, or was one a werewolf?
But he has a tail. He has a little smirk when he has something. And then, like,
Both villagers at Yahoo.
Okay, thank you.
I think it might be too powerful, but do you think like the chat got to vote to kill 2 or kill an extra person at night?
I don't think.
No, I don't think.
I
so.
don't think that.
I think he was the wolf cub.
No, I think it was the. It was
Yeah,
either that or the baby dragon.
Because he voted himself, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who
I have a
voted
question.
to
A
save?
quick, real question for Joseph. The hag that the Gwami man can do, is that the normal hag, or is that your like? super
It's
hag
normal.
that-
It's just for the day.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm confused why the werewolves would kill Corraller. I felt like he was kind of under
I
the
don't
radar.
think they did.
It was under my radar.
I actually think it was the baby
Oh,
dragon.
it could be okay. Yeah, it could be somebody else.
If not, how many do we have then left? And will one of them be for sure the cup then, if it's been passed down?
Oh God, yeah.
If it's been passed
It would
Oh.
actually help us if the next
That's a
time we
good
kill
point.
a werewolf, baby dragon don't kill. That way we know.
So
It's
so you think it's more likely that the baby dragon killed on the first night than it was.
Yep.
I'm not so sure.
Yes.
I think from the way Joseph said it,
Oh.
I think that's what we all assume.
I feel like mathematically, just shooting randomly, you're more likely to kill a villager. I don't.
Well,
I don't-
He could kill like the Sia or Gwami man or something. Why would
and
he do that?
Chef and Alex Daly can attest to this. When you guys were Van Helsing, did you, or maybe Chef wasn't?
I wasn't.
You were Van Helsing. You pretty much killed every single night.
That has been the experience that I've seen.
So here's
yeah.
the thought process: those people that have that role now, Baby Dragon's a little more powerful. They don't want to die not using their power, so people get upset that they didn't use their power ever, so they'd rather just use it than get killed.
But the fact
Yeah,
that
but the
Graham-
baby dragon has 2 lives, Connor. It's
I know,
not
I
like
know,
a
I know.
Velton says.
This one's more powerful, but I've seen that people tend to want to use their power rather than die and not use it.
And absolute power corrupts.
It's an
absolute.
extra
Well,
kill that gets to the side. The same way we don't go and say, well, we'd rather not kill during the day.
Yep. Well,
How
what
do you
I've
turn down
seen,
a village kill.
we'll have back-to-back games where the baby dragon or the Van Helsing is in play, and everybody will criticize the Van Helsing. And then the very next day, it'll be a different Van Helsing, and he'll be like, "Oh, I felt the power when I was it. I understood it."
Yeah, I mean, people play the role different ways. Just like, the logic that you're saying, John, is true. But at the same time, we go into every single day saying we're going to kill somebody today. And when you
Sometimes,
start
yeah.
out, you're more likely to kill all villagers. And yet, if you say we shouldn't kill anybody, then people think you're a werewolf. So,
Well, Eddie and Timothy both voted down. Would you like to explain why we should
Yeah,
keep
I
you
was
around?
Yeah, I'll explain because like the last time I was doing the Gwami village thing, I was expecting to have another vote on Gil. So I was expecting to kind of like have the first vote on Graham, then Gil, and then work out. Because I actually wanted to kill Graham and I wanted to save kind of like Gil. That was my plan anyway. But I didn't know it was just up and down for like save up for Graham, wasn't it, and down for Gil. So I did it wrong because I actually was expecting a second vote for Gil because I actually like thought Graham was miles more suspicious than Gil.
I trusted Graham based on what he said. He said basically to kill him and not Gil, so that made me think that he was just a good guy.
I think it's most likely that the werewolves actually vote up.
I think it's most likely that they pull away their vote. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Agreed.
Wait, repeat that. You think the werewolves would have
Abstain.
voted?
Just not vote.
Yeah.
I, as a villager, would not vote either because I wasn't sure. But as a werewolf, I think that would be a thing you can't really get much of a read off of. So that's what I would.
I don't. Well, that's not
Yeah.
necessarily true because there were a lot of people that pulled away their vote, and I don't think every single one of them was.
Oh no, absolutely not. I put away my vote. I'm just saying if I was a werewolf, I
Right.
would also do that.
I feel like werewolves are more likely to do any of the three options. They probably did a mix.
Yeah, depends on the werewolf, I suppose.
Right
And then day one nomination too. I mean, there's a lot more variations where things don't look as suspect. So therefore, I think it's easier for a werewolf to do all three, one of the three options, and not be so suspect. When it gets like day 2, 3, 4, those votes with the werewolves, I think, are more predominant in how they do it than day 1 and 2.
I would have abstained if it actually wasn't for his defense. I mean, it was his defense that made me vote for him.
Yeah.
Can I ask Jojo why you so desperately wanted the protection for the first night?
Because I wanted to be protected. Great.
I love it.
You think that? Do you still want to be protected again, Jojo?
Yes, bodyguard. If you could protect me, if you still can, that would be lovely.
Okay.
Jojo, that's my defense. Just don't kill me. You don't want to. Just protect me. You want to. That's mine.
Yeah. And then in the late game, she can say, "Well, why didn't I get killed? Oh, because I constantly asked the bodyguard to protect me. That's obviously why.
right.
No reason." Eddie,
So we got a. All right. Does anybody else find that suspicious?
I know.
What do you mean? Do you want me? Do you mean Jojo?
Yeah.
No, I don't find it suspicious at all.
Thanks.
I just find it odd.
The bodyguard.
I think Yahoo has it there. I find.
I can understand why.
This is
I
crazy.
can
I
understand
need
why.
at least 6 people to understand why, so that I can verify that all 6 are not on the werewolf team.
Does the bodyguard protect from Baby Dragon?
Say that again, John. What'd you say?
Does the bodyguard protect from the Baby Dragon as well?
And the answer is yes.
Yes. Okay.
Which is an advantage if the bodyguard becomes a werewolf. That would work out to help.
So, Melissa, have you found anyone suspicious?
I have.
Of course you have.
Don't worry, go into easy mode. All right.
There you go.
I think the top 2 on my list right now are Elliot and Yahoo. Elliot because I just don't like the words that have come out of his mouth. And Yahoo because I feel like he was trying to throw Gil under the bus knowing that Graham was a wolf. But that one is a little...
I will say most of the time we can only see the top of Yahoo's head right now. And when we do see the bottom, he's got this smirk that scares me.
Okay, so I will.
If I had to put my money down, that would be Elliot.
Been called out. I found the way that Gil was talking to be a little bit suspect, and so the instinct was to protect my friend John. So I nominated him. The reason I voted to kill whoever the other person was, because I realized John was actually gunning for the other person. So to go with John would actually be to vote not for the person that I nominated, and that was my thought process. And I can't keep notes because there's 28 people. So rather than writing notes, I'm leaning back and I'm just kind of listening, and I'm trying not to talk a lot because there's a lot of us. So that might explain some of the.
I have a quick question. Who suspects Daniel of being a werewolf? Because he was silenced.
I don't.
I feel like he's laughing too much to.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does.
but I don't believe anything that Daniel says.
Yeah,
he tricked me once too much. He tricked me once too much.
He has not said a single word all day long. Come on.
On Daniel's innocence, I can't be sure, but killing him now seems premature.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Every time I've played a game with Gil or Daniel, every time they have been a werewolf. And each time I'm like, mathematically, it's impossible that they're the werewolf. So that's the only reason I'm like, maybe Daniel and Gil are werewolves.
Well, Sonia could explain it to you, because
How many
she seems
games
to
have you
think
played with
that
him?
they are more likely to be because of that.
Connor, I have a question for you. If you were the hunter and you would die now, who would you kill?
Who are you talking to?
Me?
Connor.
Oh.
Who would I
Both
kill
of-
right now?
Yeah.
Probably Elliot.
So should we kill him because I have the gun?
I am a hunter.
You know what? Actually, Lucas, I actually wouldn't mind it because then it could clear. I mean, again, we all think Melissa has this all-seeing power, right?
Lucas, do it.
If she gets it right, then
So Elliot, it's your
Okay,
chance to
guys.
defend yourself.
Yeah.
You got the gun. Have some fun.
I'm a hunter. At the moment, therefore, my thoughts are whether one of the two top people who is expecting is a minion, because if they did go for the pick 3 top players for a minion, there's a reasonable chance. I understand that I'm probably going to get killed pretty quickly. The only thing I would ask is that I'm given some assistance as to then who to use my hunter power on when I die, and I would find it very helpful if, therefore, it's someone like AR who died first, because at the moment I'm probably going to. Melissa's my biggest suspicion, but if I'm wrong, I know I'm taking out a big advantage for the village.
So you are threatening to kill Melissa?
Before you do anything, I need
Alex,
to ask. I wasn't in the last Gwami village, I don't think. Were there attributes in the last one?
Yeah, hunter's an attribute, isn't it? So werewolf could be a hunter.
Yeah,
So
and there's also werewolf hunter.
My question is it possible to have more than one attribute?
Yes.
Is there only one of each attribute in the game, or can there be multiple Lycans, multiple curse, multiple hunters?
Unknown number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
You
no
can't be a hunter and a curse. You couldn't have both those attributes.
Exactly.
And there could be 0.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
It could be 0 as well. There could be none.
Thank God this
At the
game is
last
so
game, I
straightforward.
don't think there was any
I will
liking, even though
And before we also once they die, are they told what, or are we told whether they're village or hunter before they use their hunter ability? I mean, village or werewolf before they use their hunter ability?
Well, when they die, they will use their ability, they will die, and they will be told you'll be told if they were a villager or a werewolf, because every time
after they shot someone, I think. Yeah.
Well, if we use the gun on Elliot, though, then we still have to put up 2 more candidates.
All right,
Paul?
So I would say, why don't we just vote
Wait,
on Elliot?
Paul is
I was going to say, after Melissa called out Elliot, he looked really nervous and he proceeded to not say anything for a couple minutes. So that's why I was going to actually nominate him after a couple minutes.
So we're going.
It makes more sense to nominate him than just shoot him.
No, but here's the problem.
No. Here's the problem.
If Lucas has a gun, and they kill him, he doesn't get to use the gun.
Yeah, so I have to use it now.
Oh, okay.
Now that you said it.
Do we have anybody else that we could shoot? Because here's the thing with that I'm thinking. Why don't we leave Elliot and have the baby dragon shoot during the night? That way, there's a chance that the bodyguard can protect who Elliot's going to shoot if we think that who he's going to shoot is actually good.
Yeah, but again, Gwami, we have the problem is if they go after Lucas, we lose that gun ability.
Lucas
Why is it more important to
Second
use the
most.
gun ability than get information based on
I
what
would,
could shoot
what
somebody
I would
else.
say from my point of view is knowing whether or not AR who's bad really helps clarify whether I think Melissa's bad or not.
So when
No, Melissa can be wrong, you know. Melissa is not 100%.
Then that's Melissa playing as a werewolf.
No, what I mean, Melissa, is if Elliot is saying if Ayahu is a villager, then you are a werewolf. That's what Elliot is saying right now.
Then I'm suspicious
Now-
enough I'm prepared to shoot you. If he is a werewolf, then I think you just got a bad read on me and I shoot a random other person.
Now,
Melissa, did you get a bad read on him, or is it a good read?
No, I'm behind. I actually, Ayahu dropped down on my list. I liked his defense. It sounded earnest and honest. And yeah, I think.
Well, okay. Here's the thing, real quick. So I want to go. I was thinking about having the baby dragon kill Elliot at night, and here's the one benefit for that: we have a bodyguard, so we can potentially maybe protect who he may be going after, and the baby dragon can play mind games with Elliot to figure out who that might be. We have more of a chance to protect someone that way. That would be the biggest benefit to having that happen.
But the problem is we just go through this because he claimed to be the hunter. When Lucas is just pointing it at anyone else, it would just claim to be the hunter as well, and we have the same problem.
Yeah,
And
he could be lying too, and then he could
be a werewolf hunter.
He was pretty stressed when I said I have the
If you think I'm
gun.
the hunter, then you've got no reason to believe I'm not not good. If you think I'm a werewolf, there's no reason just because I claimed hunter that you think I'm more likely to be a werewolf hunter than any other werewolf.
Hunter's an attribute. You could be a werewolf hunter.
Can you remind me how
You'll
did
have
you?
a better chance to protect
How could Lucas have gotten the gun? I can't remember. Was that a?
It's a Gwommy man.
So every time the gun comes up,
Manding.
Gwommy could give a gun to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not a 100% shot. It can misfire,
So-
right,
so
Joseph?
multiple people could have
Maybe
guns.
the viewers gave him a gun.
Yeah,
And,
can we-
So Lucas, can I ask why you
Sure.
asked me who I would have shot if I was the hunter?
Well, you, Melissa, and Daniel are my top 3 picks for minion. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I have to say mine. I have 4 names for the minion. I have Luciana, which died. I had Connor, Melissa, and Adam. Oh, I have 5 actually on Gwommy. So I have 4 left from the 5 names I have.
Speaking of names, we need names for candidates.
Yeah, I think I will just shoot Elliot. I will try to shoot
All right.
him.
So
I think
okay, I'm gonna mute everyone because this is a. Where is the button? There we go.
I'm sorry.
No input when you say you want to use your gun. Then it's all up to you. So you can unmute Lucas, and you're shooting.
I'm sorry, Melissa, but I'm shooting Elliot.
You're shooting Elliot. Okay, so let's see what happens. And I will actually tell you because it's fun. Now I can't show you when I roll because then I would need another camera. But a 1 means Lucas dies.
Oh.
It backfires in his face. A 5 or a 6 means Elliot dies, and in between nothing happens. And you're just gonna have to trust me. Here we go. And that's a 5. So Elliot, you are killed. And Elliot was. Let me just see so I don't mess this up. Elliot was a villager, but Elliot is also a hunter. So now, Elliot, who do you want to kill? And your kill is guaranteed. You're killing Melissa, okay? So Melissa is dead, and Melissa was a villager. That was exciting. Okay, so that was just a shot. You can unmute, and the day continues, but I'm gonna have to update my notes.
That was
Give Elliot someone.
went downhill.
That sucks.
I'm gonna hop in really quick, just because we have some fresh eyes in here right now too. Chris A, I'm gonna let you go chat a little bit. Who do you think that, do you have any suspicions on anybody or anything like that?
I've got no suspicions at all.
So I just want to say, anyone who didn't want Elliot to be shot at during the day is actually safe now, in my opinion, because a werewolf wouldn't want to protect Elliot.
We do realize that kind of like Lucas could have a gun and be a werewolf and just do that.
Sure. But I asked people, you know, I asked people.
Well,
I don't think we should
I'm
use
actually
power-
kind of suspicious of Lucas now because that was a clear chance to try and vote on somebody that we were all sold was a werewolf, and we threw it all away just to shoot him instead. So we didn't get any information from Elliot dying, even though he was a villager.
I mean, we lost 2 villagers there, obviously.
Yeah, he said he was going to kill Melissa too. So
Yeah, but I'm curious now because Melissa is like almost always on point with her reading.
Yeah, and Melissa actually said she's very sure, you know.
So
Here's
the
the
fact
thing,
that she
though.
died and we heard villager, I don't necessarily know she was. She could have been the minion.
I have
If
my 5 people that are minion dead so far. So.
And here's why I could think she could be the minion. Maybe because remember, minion gets to pick somebody and see if they're a werewolf or villager. She might have picked Elliot, got villager, and wanted us to
and
kill
a
him.
Yahoo.
Also, guys, anyone who suspects me, I nominated Graham, just to remember, just to remind.
Yeah, if Melissa was playing a clever game there and she was the minion, she wouldn't come out that early and start like getting us to kind of like obviously kill villagers. Do you know what I mean? I think she'd play it a bit of a longer game.
But the thing is, she's always pressured into letting us know.
Yeah,
what she
like that's the
thinks.
thing.
So
She
she's
doesn't
almost
give us a
has
name.
to.
We are
No, but in this case, she actually said she was pretty sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean she also only said 2 people. If she was the minion, she would have known people were going to come asking who she
That's
was
exactly
suspicious
what
of,
I was
and she
gonna
probably
say.
would have given a whole list so that then we'd keep going after those people even after she
I
died.
could see her doing that more than not saying anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah. The only
I will
question.
also. Oh, sorry, Jojo.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say that wasn't the only reason I was suspicious of you, Lucas, because like day one, you were like, Connor, what do you think? You're being very quiet. And then Melissa, you called out like these good players that are trying to maybe lay low. You keep bringing them up to get the attention on them. And that's not good because we kind of want them to be able to read stuff. So that was another reason I was potentially.
I agree, and that's
suspicious of
why I
Lucas.
asked. That's why I asked why he asked me. I was kind of thrown off by that. Like, why did you ask me who I would kill? Why don't you just pick?
Right. You already killed 2 people, but I'm still gonna pester you and say that we need candidates. So.
All right.
I'm extremely torn about Lucas because he did nominate Graham, which
There's a chance
I
he was
can't
first,
imagine
but
werewolves
like-
killing
but there's
another
a-
werewolf this first day.
If you don't get any candidates out here, I might ask the chat. So.
All right. Well, we say Lucas's name a lot. Let's put him up against somebody. I'll nominate him.
I'll second that.
Okay, so Lucas is the first candidate. I heard a nominee and a second at the same time. So we need a second candidate.
Should we pick someone who's been talking as much as Daniel?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
I like asking the person that's up who they would like to go up against.
Oh yeah, I will go with that. I like that. I like that. Okay.
Probably Adam S.
I'll second.
Wait, was that a?
Yeah, I nominated. Yeah.
Okay, so Adam was nominated and seconded. Okay. So we have our
I
two.
missed it. Who seconded Adam?
Jenny.
Jenny. Okay. Thanks.
We have our 2 candidates. So I'm not gonna mute you, but don't interrupt Lucas when he does his defense, please.
Well, my defense is pretty easy. I'm the Gwommy man. I looked at Graham day night 1, and that's why I knew he was a werewolf. And night 2, I gave myself the gun.
Is that your defense?
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear it from Adam S.
And that is a viable option, Joseph. The Gwommy can give themselves a gun.
It's one of the 8 things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, Lucas is much more important than me, so I would say keep him alive. I mean, it makes sense what he says, but I'm also a villager, so I mean, I doubt that we'll be able to. It's not worth the risk of trying to make a tie because the werewolves will obviously vote for Lucas, but his role is definitely more important than me if that's the case.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Connor, you're super suspicious for me now. Because I did vote and nominate a werewolf on day 1. And in this dual system, that's super dangerous as a werewolf to do.
No, and again, and your name just kept coming out, and Joseph said he was going to kill somebody, so I just decided to put you up. I didn't even necessarily say I was going to vote for you. That's the only reason why I said your name.
Yeah.
And Lucas, don't worry, I'm the minion, okay? Like, the villagers need to stop. Like, I saw so many other times. Okay, I'm not actually. But so when villagers day 1 starts throwing suspicion at each other, and then like the rest of the game, it just sticks in their head, and we end up killing villagers like way too many times. So whatever. My opinion, at least, I don't really have any suspicion on Adam, Connor, or Lucas, and I would, if it were me, I would say we abstain from voting if we can.
Yeah, well, we have the Gwommy voter who has to vote.
Wait, I have a question for Lucas real quick. Lucas,
Yeah,
I
sure.
have a question for you. How do you respond to Joseph, the host, saying those are just one of the 8 options? He didn't specifically say he could give yourself the gun. He said those are one of the 8 options. How do you respond to that?
He didn't deny it.
He clarified that.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Did it? I mean, that's my point. Is he didn't
Oh,
necessarily?
well, we can ask Joseph.
He just said it's one of the 8 questions. So I just.
We can just ask Joseph to clarify.
Okay, I misunderstood the question. So the question was if the Gwommy man can give himself the gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the Gwommy man can do whatever he wants. He can hide himself or whatever. Yeah.
Then I'll retract my statement, my question for you, because I just kind of picked up that it was kind of weird how it was said, so that's why I was wondering.
I mean, it could be like a meta play by Lucas by claiming a Gwommyman. You know what I mean? He really might not be. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I
What
could
kind of
honestly-
abstract
Well,
thinking
if you
is
believe
that?
then vote
No,
for
I
him
could-
and don't vote for me.
No,
'Cause I am
Lucas is so
definitely a
big-headed.
villager.
Lucas is so big-headed. I could actually see him giving himself the gun.
How did Daniel get silent?
Without knowing that
Thanks.
it could backfire, it makes sense. Like
I didn't know
give
that it
yourself
could
the gun.
backfire, yeah?
And also, if that's
Yeah,
the
you
only
were-
option,
you
Gil
were
wants to say
genuinely
something.
surprised.
Gil wants to say something.
Can I hear from Sean again why you thought we should abstain? That sound weird for me.
Well, because the very sorry, my
That's kind of a
logic-
question for someone that is not a candidate. So I am going to mute you all now. This day has been quite long, even though we already killed 2 people. Sorry, Jill. And so we are going to vote. So it's up to kill Lucas, it's down to kill Adam, or you can abstain for voting. All right. So 3, 2, 1, vote. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what Jen is doing.
It's down for
8,
Adam, Jen.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's definitely Adam. Sorry, Adam, you have been killed. But before we do anything else, Adam is a hunter. So who do you want to kill with your werewolf hunting skills?
Oh, wow. What?
I'm going to kill Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. I know it's your first game in a while.
So Daniel, who was silenced, is now also dead. So anyway, Adam was the werewolf. Daniel was a villager. So good night, everyone.
Can I just say something before we go to
No. You can send it to me in chat if there's a rules question. Otherwise, you cannot talk about the village. I know you like to do that, Jill, but I'm gonna be strict in my village. All right. So, where are we? All right. So let's do the night, and we are going to start off with the Gwommyman. So Gwommyman, you will get 2 options. You want to do that, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. And then the wannabe Gwommyman, you will get to do, you have to do this. So who do you want to do it to? Okay, I messed up my notes a little bit. Sorry. Wait. All right. So you can go back to sleep. And then let's have the bodyguard. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves. Werewolves, who do you want to try to kill tonight? I know you're in the Gwommy village and you're all like confused and can't decide, but you need to decide on something. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Then, sorry, the nights are gonna take a little longer because so much things are happening. So many things are happening. I'm a Swede. Anyway, minion, who do you want to check? Okay. And cute little baby dragon. Do you want to kill someone? Thank you. And seer. Seer, who do you want to check? Thank you. And that is everything. You can all wake up. But before you unmute yourselves, a few things happened. somebody in the village got a gun from the chat. I'm gonna tell that person in a bit. So somebody has a gun. Then also, where are we? So, Jenny, you have been killed in the night. Sorry. But Jenny was a hunter. So who do you want to shoot?
Chef.
So Chef has been shot. So Jenny was a villager. And she's dead. Chef is dead. And Chef was a werewolf. Oh, so many things happening here. Okay, then are we done? Let's see here. No! Eddie, you have also been killed. So Eddie was also killed in the night, and Eddie was a villager. So that's everything. The screen is shrinking. I do like that. So let's do day number 3. And I am going to text some people something. So maybe check your chat here in a little bit.
So I'm sad to say I can clear Connor because I scared him and the werewolf still killed someone, so he's fine.
So clear Connor. What is it? Joseph?
I'm so sad.
You wasted it. I like that I was on your good side, and then I nominated you, and I guess that screwed things up for me.
Yeah. You were on my good side, and then you nominated me, yeah?
I only did it because Joseph needed
So it's
somebody.
called 3 werewolves.
What's up, Gil?
We killed 3, yeah?
Yeah, I want to hear from Gil.
Yeah, how many do we have left then?
What was good?
3.
That was a
Gil, you're muted, I think.
forever. I'm gonna say something. I'm the other hunter. I'm gonna come out, and if I pick people taking that long to vote again, I'm sorry. I'm not specific, Jenny, but I saw 4 people like going around. I'm the other hunter. I don't know how many hunter on this. If I see people doing that again, I'm shooting it. Just so you know. And that's what I was bringing up. Like people have to vote out together. Like this is like making a decision on other people's vote is not fair.
For the record, Jenny was acting like she was confused. I believe that she was confused, and I don't think she knew which way to vote. Is why I think she.
Yeah, I think she a good role. I think she was.
But I think in that situation, just take your hand away now. Don't vote.
Yeah, and that's I think what happened.
Specific, she was confused. There was people that voted just like it went like it was just way too long.
By the way, I would have
said, why would the werewolves kill Jenny then? Because it seems like she would have been a good one to keep around if she was that suspicious.
That's
Right,
what.
and
It might not have been the werewolves. It might have been the baby dragon.
Oh, that's true. The baby.
Jenny seconded Adam. Jenny seconded Adam.
I'm just going to stay with Jenny. What it looked like to her was, I think her screen froze for her. That's what I was.
That could
that's
be
what
it.
I thought
Yeah.
from that one.
I wasn't talking about her. Her was a specific. She didn't know what to do. There was people that vote. It just like I could see it thinking to vote after everybody had voted already.
No, what I can see is that the werewolves probably thought that the bodyguard is trying to protect me, and then they went to the next obvious target, which was probably Jenny because she seconded Adam.
Now I don't know how many bodyguards can have in this game because I'm gonna.
Only one.
Bodyguards.
Only one.
Oh, one and the Gwommy man.
Yeah, but that's random.
And
There's
so
a couple things I want to solve.
we have multiple hunters then.
We have multiple hunters, yeah.
Yeah, he said that at the beginning, Gil. That could have happened. He said that.
I'm surprised. Like I was confused. So many people coming a hunter as I am the hunter. I knew there was a werewolf hunter, so I was waiting for the werewolf hunter to come out before I come out. So
Well, hunters can be other roles too, because that's an attribute in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a role, it's an attribute that allows you to shoot.
Okay, but can you have multiple werewolf hunters as well?
So I just yeah you can, because it's an attribute.
I just said that there's a werewolf hunter. There's one guaranteed werewolf hunter. Then everyone can be a hunter in theory.
So does anyone want to come out with the gun you got from the village?
so a werewolf hunter could have a hunter attribute and kill twice.
In theory, yes. But
If someone's given the gun, they might not want to come out because then there's pressure on them to use it because they're a werewolf.
Gwommy, you remember when Tom gave the hunter a machine gun?
No.
That was 2
Yeah,
kills.
he did.
So I didn't pay attention. Who else suspected me apart from Connor, Adam, and Chef?
Oh, I never suspected you, Lucas.
Yeah,
told
well,
you.
yeah.
I suspected you until your defense.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, but why? I nominated a werewolf.
Yeah.
I don't know. I told you to take the shot on Elliot. I wasn't.
I did
suspicious
too.
of you.
I told you not
Yeah.
to.
Okay,
And
there
I gave
are
you
a couple things I want to say.
Good reasoning.
One, hey bodyguard, it would be cool if you could protect me tonight.
Yeah, obviously.
No, two,
Whatever.
because Joseph said that people could point at themselves during the night and the minion is searching for werewolves, should we all be pointing at ourselves during the night so that we don't give the werewolves the chance to do that themselves?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one,
If
Jojo.
he wakes up and he sees 3 werewolves pointing at themselves like this, they're gonna check those people, so maybe we should all do that so we don't give the
Yeah, that's very good, Jojo.
They've probably already done that by now, though, if they were going to do that.
Yeah.
right, except if they didn't think about it, in which case I want
Jojo's
to
apparently been
doing
I have
it,
to
so.
just think about it. So if somebody else just thinks about it next night,
Nice.
I want to be ready.
Hey, Lucas, how did you clear?
I scared him in the night, and if I had scared a werewolf, then they wouldn't have killed anyone in the night.
Because I have Luciana, Connor, Melissa, Adams, and Gwami as probable minions. So
Yeah,
that-
well, he could be a minion.
I want to hear who Paul is suspicious of.
I do too.
Well, I know he's usually quiet, but I noticed Balas has been like permanently muted this entire time we've been playing.
That's
And Jade too, but I know Jade is like
Corrected.
brand new to this, so I'm kind of forgiving that one.
Gil, why did you come out as Hunter?
Because it's just I'm a hunter and I was warning people that was taking forever to vote. Next time I get killed, I'll kill people that's taking forever to vote. Just warning people. And also because I think it's time to come out. I normally come early as a hunter. I just didn't come before because I knew there's one werewolf hunter and Adam's out now. So
If you were the hunter right now, who would you shoot? Like if you died right now.
either one of the Ilkos or
Jeez, okay.
I technically don't count.
My big yeah.
I would shoot anybody that sustained from the Adam Lucas vote.
I
definitely.
If I say, then people won't vote me. But I still hang up on what Sean said about the thing. It's not big suspicions, but it didn't bode well to me when he was talking. And that's again not a big suspicion. It's just I don't have other suspicions, so I have to go by what I have. So Sean, and I still like John is still not out of my list yet.
I'd like to
Yeah,
hear.
that was that was the point I was trying to make. Is usually what I see happen in these games is there's like suspicion that gets planted between it's the experienced players that start talking day one. Everyone else isn't really sure what to do, and then there's these like seeds of doubt that get sown right away at the beginning of the game, and that usually comes back to bite us. And the village ends up losing because at the very end it's one of those people at the last, and it's kind of like a 50-50. So I was just saying that Jill, with you and John at Yahoo, that whole thing. I was like, from my point of view, you're all good, and I don't know. I don't want that to carry over. Now, and I said that before the Lucas Adam vote. Unfortunately, it turned out Adam was a werewolf, but I didn't have any suspicion of him, and I thought it was just the same thing happening again. That's all I was trying to say.
Can we, Gil, before you talk, can we let Balaz talk? Because I know Paul called him out and he didn't get to say anything.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I have my own suspicions, but I don't want to come out with them yet. So
I have a question then for you, Balash. Who do you suspect more between Doug, Paul, and Andreas?
Doug is unusually quiet. He mentioned that he likes, if he is a villager, he likes to, let's say, throw some shit out and make himself suspicious. He is not doing that, so either he has a role or he is just observing with, I don't know. So
it's
Paul is not suspicious for me. Andreas, I haven't played with him a lot, so
I mentioned those three because those three, all three never voted on the werewolf. So neither on me or Adam or on Graham and Gil.
I do think Paul is a werewolf.
So those three are very suspicious because werewolves wouldn't want to vote up or down against a werewolf and probably abstain. And they did it twice, all three of them.
So, Joseph, just a quick question. With the Gwommybots, can they be both villagers and werewolves?
Yes.
Okay, so there could be reasons why people could be abstaining from voting, potentially.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, I have a question too, Joseph. Where are you traveling to? Because you've been on that boat for a really long time, by the way.
I'm trying to get away from the werewolves.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Gil.
No, I say he's still trying to win Forgotten Wardens. He didn't get past that yet.
This is the first time Paul said something strange, right?
Yep.
Well, he did it
Everything Paul
first
says is
after.
strange.
Well, this game.
Yeah, I mean this game. So I guess I nominate Paul then.
Second.
Wow.
There's a nomination for Paul. Is there a second for Paul?
Yeah, second.
Gwammy second.
Okay, so first candidate is Paul. We need a second candidate.
I want to hear
I
from
want to
Paul.
run this by people. Does anyone think that having to rhyme in all your,
No.
like every time you talk, could be way too hard of a quirk to kind of have?
Yes.
Alex, what do you think?
Yeah,
but
potentially
we
that it could be like a werewolf trying to think that with the bots, because the bots are probably good most of the time.
Well, I can tell you that I'm on the village team. This definitely isn't some kind of scheme. I don't want to seem on guard, but yeah, it is definitely very mentally hard.
I think this is a good excuse to talk less. Like, if you have to rhyme everything you say, then you're not going to be able to say everything you want to say, so you're going to be quieter.
I
will
just
say
want to keep
also,
Alex
this is
around
the
for
first
the.
time-
Wait.
Go ahead, Pavel.
Sorry. I was just going to say I want to keep Alex around for the 18 to 36 demographic right now. This is.
Well, I want
I'm
to give
entertained.
Paul the chance to find someone he can duel against.
We could really break his brain. Can you do it in another language?
Paul, no. I don't want to laugh, Daily. Please don't.
Before we put somebody else up, like, again, I really don't like going into, like, we're in the third day now and not really heard much from Jade or Pablo or even Timothy. I know we heard a little bit, but not much from them, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put out my couple of thoughts is I also keyed in a little bit on Sean's comment about abstaining entirely, like completely canceling the vote between Lucas and Adam. I just wrote that down as a possibility. I like the idea about Doug being exceptionally quiet. And I'm still I wanna hear more from Andreas right now as well. Haven't really heard too much from him, and I just light suspicion at this point in time.
Yeah. The reason I sustained in the Lucas Adam one is I wasn't quite sure with his claim to be like the Gwommybot, because I tried to ask that, but then the vote got on how Daniel got like silence. I don't know
Probably
whether
by
I got
the chat.
by the chat. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. No, I didn't got there. I thought I might have the powers wrong, and then I would have thought, can he silence and give himself the gun in the same round?
Oh,
So I
couldn't
wasn't
silence,
convinced about that.
We don't have the silence roll, do we?
Sorry?
We don't have the silence roll, do we?
Yeah, the Gwommy man can't silence. It's not in his power arsenal.
Yeah, I thought I might have mistaken that for sleep because it's next to each other. That was like the only reason. Other than that, I think he's clear. I got a bit
Thanks.
suspicious now of Doug because he suddenly like engaged. Once he was called out of being silent, he just suddenly went into the camera and made some accusations.
Do you know what? I'll just come out because I've actually been really bad for the village so far. I'm the baby dragon. So I've been killing villagers based on social cues and voting.
Which two did you
And
kill?
I have first night I killed Coreller, just because he was just so like fidgety the whole time. He abstained from the voting. Like it really made me feel like that. I don't want to vote because we got two werewolves up. We got Graham and Gil like up. So he just seemed so uncomfortable.
Coreller.
And then I killed Eddie because he voted down, and then he just made some other weird comments.
So how many kills were there last night? It was Eddie, Jenny, was there
and
somebody
then
else? Oh, Jenny killed
then she killed Chef.
So we know there's not a wolf cub in the game.
Well, wait, did Daniel die last night?
Been killed yet.
There can't
thought
be
there
a
were-
wolf cub unless the bodyguard's protecting both knights, but I can't imagine that's happened.
Or the wolf cub just hasn't been dying.
Yeah,
Daniel
or the
was
wolf
killed
cub
by
hasn't been
Adam.
killed.
Dies.
Right. But I'm saying
Adam
there
shot
isn't, like, if we
Daniel.
kill a werewolf, it hasn't been because there was a wolf cub in the game that's been killing too.
But good for you to come out before you were nominated, Doug. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, should we get our second nomination yet?
I was just going to say real quick, did we want to get Timothy and Jade
Oh,
a little bit of
all right, yeah.
a talk too quick?
30 seconds, go.
Jade?
Well, I'm obviously quiet because this is the first time I'm playing, so I'm trying to figure out who you all are and what's going on. So, thanks.
Okay. Well, if I was Doug and I was the baby dragon, I would have killed Eddie too. I thought that he was saying a lot of nonsensical stuff.
Yeah.
So I had him written down as a werewolf, so I was genuinely surprised that he was not. I also agree with Doug on the Alex Daly with the rhyming. I think that could potentially be not an actual bot thing. But you never know with these bot things because there's so many things Joseph could have selected. It's hard to say.
Yep, but I don't think a werewolf would create a quirk because Joseph cleared that, made sure that anyone can be a Gwommybot, you know?
I trust Lucas completely.
Thanks.
So I try to trust what you're saying, but at the same time, I think that everybody pretty much said, let's not kill Alex because it's funny that he's rhyming, and so that's the perfect defense. But if he is a bot and he is good, I certainly don't want to kill him.
I actually have an idea, Lucas. If Cure comes up and you're still in the game, pick Cure and pick Alex because Alex won't. Alex
yeah.
Get messaged if he actually needs to be cured, so he won't get messaged if he doesn't actually have a quirk. He's
That's true.
making
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it already, it's probably going to be up. And you would know what you've seen.
So do we have a second candidate?
Yeah. I wanted to ask Paul, who do you want to go against?
I will stick with my original suspicion and suggest Balash, I guess.
Is that a nomination?
But I'm not going to make, I don't know. It's up to you guys, though.
Us?
I'd rather have Andreas against Paul.
Paul?
I'll nominate Andreas.
Right.
I
So
second.
Andreas has been nominated. Is there a second?
Why would you nominate someone with a gun? I think it's not very clever.
A second.
Well, you can still use your gun before.
But only before the vote, right?
You can use it anytime as long as you can speak.
Even in your
Or you're
defense.
dead. Yeah, so don't wait till you die to use it.
There's no guarantee you die, Andreas, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just putting this out there.
I don't hear a second for Andreas. So let's...
did.
No,
yeah.
I haven't me did.
Okay, sorry.
I thought 3 or 4 people did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting tired. So, all right. So we have, and I will say that if one of the two candidates have a gun, you need to do it before I say we go into the vote. If you shoot the other candidate and that person dies, then we will go back to finding a second candidate. Just saying. All right. So let's start with Paul. Your defense.
Okay, I'm not really sure why I'm suspicious. I guess it might have been because it was suggested that I abstained from both votes. The first time I did it was because I had zero information and I didn't really know who to pick between them. And the second vote, I knew Lucas was good. I wasn't even suspicious of him before he claimed Gwommyman. I figured he was good. And Adam, I just didn't know because I can never tell with Adam because it doesn't even look at the camera. So I just kind of abstained from it. But I will not abstain from this vote.
Okay. So let's hear it from Andreas. Your defense.
For me, in the first vote, it was the same. It's like the first round. I don't tend to vote in there without any suspicions at all. And then the second, just as I said, I wasn't quite sure with the Green Man powers. So it was a little bit suspicious of that. Got a bit more suspicious when Lucas wasn't like right away killed after that. After he was like confirmed as it. But obviously he went far beyond after that. yeah, that's like my reasoning for that. For me now, it's dark. I'm still thinking a little bit like about JoJo and her protection thing, whether that just is a cute little ploy to get through it.
I will say that I liked her idea. I liked her idea of the minion thing. That was kind of very helpful to the village team to do that.
I have a question for both candidates. Do you have something to say against each other? Because, we have to decide between you two.
Paul was very silent, so he wasn't really on my radar. So he didn't do anything like either way, which I guess makes him a little bit suspicious, but not like in comparison to other things where I could like tell, like with Doug, this sudden change in habit, which got me a little bit.
I don't believe I've played with Andreas before, so I don't really, I guess, know what to look for with suspicion or whatever. So I just didn't really notice him all that much, actually.
So
if the chat silenced, if the chat silenced a villager the first night, it seems like they're in the werewolf team. So if he's saying that he has a gun, do you think that the chat would have given a werewolf gun because they're rooting for the werewolves?
Yeah, I thought the
and
same.
he still hasn't. He said he has the gun, but yet he has not shot his gun yet.
Because I'm not quite sure who to shoot, and I don't want the same as like the previous round where we like killed half the village by accident.
I'm gonna do a countdown, and then we will go to muting and voting. So. Doesn't seem
I
like
think I
anyone
would
wants
use
to
it now
talk.
to shoot Doug.
That's your last chance in that case. Okay, so Andreas is using his gun that he actually has. So who do you want to shoot?
Doug.
Right, so you're shooting Doug. Let's see what happens.
Probably kill myself.
Andreas, you're dead. The gun backfired.
Yay.
So Andreas is dead. Andreas was a villager. Now we need to find another candidate to go up against Paul.
Why did he shoot?
So back to the normal chat again, guys.
I have no idea why he shot Duck.
Well,
That's why I'm really shocked that it came up as villager there.
Yeah, me too. I also thought werewolf.
Gil?
Gil?
Oh, can you,
Here you go.
can you tell me the name that you were suspected before?
I was suspected
Flash.
kind of, just because he was being really quiet.
Flash.
I was.
I'll nominate Balas.
Okay, we have a nomination for Balazs. Is there a second?
Second, and I'm not going to use my power tonight. Just
All right, so that means Balazs is the second candidate. So, I don't know, Paul, do you want to have a second defense, or should we go straight to Balazs?
It stays the same.
All right.
Nothing really.
So let's hear from Balazs, your defense.
You don't really want to kill me. I have a role.
Well, if you say you have a role, you should come out with the role. Because then, now you're a target of the werewolves.
I agree.
So are you, Lucas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he had to use it in his
He's not gonna
defense, and
die.
he did. He told us.
Yeah.
We're giving him time to think of one, so.
No. I was the backup.
Okay.
And I was the backup.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's the wannabe
That's
Gwommy.
good to note, Lucas, because if he's saying that he's going to take the other option you don't take.
Yeah.
I know that Adam was the werewolf hunter.
What is that the only time you got to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that make sense with the other option that you would have had, Lucas? The known?
Yeah, it was the second option.
So
So he's telling the
unfortunately, that
truth.
means we don't have any more backups after that. We already lost our wannabe.
Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, and one of them is gonna die tonight.
Yes.
So
No.
one
Wait.
shouldn't have come out.
I'll ask
Pablo?
one real quick question here for Lucas and Balaj. I'm going to ask Balaj first on this one. Do you remember what day you checked Adam as the werewolf hunter? And
Just
then
this-
Lucas, you can potentially, coincide with the story.
It was just this night. So first night the wannabe was killed. I got the message that I'm the wannabe now, and then now I just got the no ability. So
I have a quick question before we vote on Paul. Paul, do you have anything to say?
Well, I mean, we can't really force a tie with the whole Groder, so I got nothing.
Sorry, Paul.
Okay, let's go to a vote. Let me mute you all.
Which is which?
I will remind you that. Sorry, this. I understand this gets confusing here. I never expected this to happen. It was interesting with the gun. Okay, so you want to kill Paul, you vote up. If you want to kill Balash, you vote down, and you can abstain as well. So, voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. So we have, well, basically almost everyone wants to kill Paul. So I'm sorry, Paul, you have been killed by the village, and Paul was a villager. So good night, everyone. Okay. That was really exciting. I love it in these games when I sit around, like yesterday I sat around, made the rolls and everything, and I'm like thinking of things that could happen, but then always something happens that I didn't expect. So let's start with the Gwommyman. So Gwommyman, you will get to do one of these things. So top or bottom, you want to do that. So who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Wannabe Gwommyman, please wake up. You have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Okay, then bodyguard. Who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves. Werewolves, wake up. Who do you want to target tonight? All right, thank you. And Gminion, wake up and tell me who you want to check. Thank you. And Baby Dragon, do you want to kill someone tonight? Thank you. And Seer, who do you want to see? Thank you. So, good morning everyone. You can wake up, but you don't need to unmute yourselves yet. We have some news. First of all, nobody died. That was a good night. Second of all, Alex Daly, you have been nominated. You are the first candidate for this day. So you just need to find one candidate to go up against Alex and have fun with it.
And just to clarify, Joseph, you said you were going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then swing back around with the chat stuff.
Exactly. So this would be the third out of 4 things.
Oh, this is the third?
Yeah. Nothing happened on the first day.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jojo, I'm the bodyguard and I've been protecting you every night, so.
Thanks. I mean, if you want to, like, if you want to protect me again tonight, that'll be cool.
If you say that, you tried to kill Jojo last night. I hope that is that real information?
What?
That's not true.
Why would chat nominate Alex?
One other question, Joseph, too. If the baby dragon was to kill a cursed, would they still turn into a werewolf, or?
No, that's only if the
No.
werewolf's targeted.
Okay.
He breathes
Well,
fire.
guys, I was gonna take a round off. I had some pretty bad first couple rounds, so.
My thoughts are why they would pick Alex Daly as a nomination is to make him do defense in Ryan.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my thoughts.
That's a werewolf thought.
They silenced a villager. They gave a villager a gun.
That sounds like a real thought, Pablo.
So what?
Go ahead, Jojo. Did you ask me something?
Yeah, if you were to shoot someone right now, who would you shoot?
I don't have like concrete suspicions. I know one of the quiet people is probably a werewolf. I narrowed down. I was a little suspicious of Balaz because of Paul, and I thought Paul was good, but not as much.
Why are you suspicious of Balaz?
No, it's just nothing. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I have few people that are quiet that I think one of them might be the werewolf. I have narrowed down between Chris and Pablo right now. Nothing concrete, just because I think my weird brain is thinking one of the quiet people. So I think I narrowed down between Chris and Pablo. I'm still suspicious of Sean and John. I haven't nominated them because it's not a strong suspicion yet.
How do you feel about Jade?
About whom?
Jade.
That's my lead suspicion right now, by the way.
I can't hear.
Jade, yeah.
Oh,
Jade.
I don't know. I think she looks relaxed. I don't think she looks like for her first game. I don't see on her face. I've been watching Timothy, Jade, Pablo, Balaz, and Chris because they're quiet. And I didn't pick. I may be wrong, so don't go by what I'm saying now. But between her and Timothy, I kind of didn't see anything between the two. Pablo and Balaz and Chris was the ones that I narrowed down. And I think after Balaz's talk, I kind of not suspicious of him anymore. I'm more suspicious between Pablo and Chris. I'm still suspicious of John and Sean. So that's where I'm at right now.
So I'm kind of suspicious of Timothy for the Connor Daniel reason that after I came out as the baby dragon and mentioned who I killed, Timothy kind of was like, I agreed with Doug. I would definitely have killed Eddie. Like, so he kind of did where he came to try and get on my side.
Good side, yeah.
But the other thing was, I believe it was that first day, he and Eddie were both the ones who voted the wrong way.
That's also true.
I have to say too, like, if I wasn't sure that Lucas was good, other than Graham, Lucas' way of making people thought got a lot of villagers killed. So he's like, you're being fully suspicious in a lot of villagers that got killed. So we have to be careful.
Can I ask? I mean, I think it's a good idea, but I'll ask.
I also killed 2 werewolves, just to remind you.
Actually, a good
Yes.
idea.
Connor?
I think it's a good idea for the seer to come out. We have a baby dragon target. We have a Gwommy man target. We have a Gwommy backup target. Seer can come out. There's 4 different good people that.
Yeah, I also cleared that you are not a werewolf. I mean, you could be the minion, but you are not a werewolf.
Well, and again, minion is kind of meaningless in this game. They
Yeah.
don't consider the werewolves, so who cares even
And
if I am minion?
and I can also clear Gwommy because I checked him. Usually I don't do that. Usually I like that Connor also hides this information, but in this case we have so many cleared roles that we should get more of them.
Lucas, the only thing, and I hate saying this, but there could have been a Wolfman, just FYI.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I think the seer was Luciana or Jenny, and I think we lost the seer.
Yeah, I'm not the wolf man. I'm the bodyguard, and I've been protecting JoJo every day.
You know.
All right,
No, Gwommy, if you had
fine, but I think it's the time to do it. right
if you told me sooner, I wouldn't have checked you in the night. Why didn't you tell us the previous day?
We need another candidate to go up against Alex.
Eddie.
I didn't want to be a target.
For Balazs to say what happened last night, and you can confirm that. I'm not 100,000% on him.
On Balazs?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
what
take for him to say what happened.
Yeah, Balazs, you can say what happened.
I think I gave the gun to someone, but Joseph didn't announce it, so.
Yeah, who did you choose?
I wouldn't say. I don't say.
And the Gwommy Man one does not be
Yeah, but
told
I can
in the chat
confirm.
one,
Joseph won't.
because
Joseph
He
won't-
had gun. He had gun as second option.
All right.
Yeah, Joseph won't announce for the gun. It was only for the
Yeah.
chat one that he announced it.
yeah, because Lucas, when he gave himself the gun, he came out and said, "I got the gun." Joseph didn't.
Okay,
Tell us.
then I give the
don't see
gun
why
to someone.
we would. I mean, why it would it matter if the person that has the gun comes out? They would not be a target. And like you said, we think even the seer should come out at this point. But whatever. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, Balaz just cleared himself.
Yeah, sure. But Daily, so I wanted to ask you, who do you want to go against?
Yeah, let's.
I agree Luciano should come out, but I think it was either Luciano or Jenny, though. I think they're dead.
You can only pick somebody.
I
You
think
can
it was
rhyme.
Jenny because she killed Chef.
Good point.
I'd hate to do this again, but if it were up to me, I'd nominate Ben.
So is that a nomination? We do need a nomination.
I could kill Ben
Wait,
because I have the gun
who
again.
Ayahu, who did you nominate?
I have the gun again.
Wait.
Nominated.
Ayahu, who did you nominate?
Nominate Gil.
Gil. Okay, is there a second for Gil?
I would say
Actually, Gil is also one of my targets.
I'm suspicious of him.
Is there a second for Gil?
Yeah.
Okay, then we have our two candidates. All right. So, Alex, you can start your defense.
Well, if you want a win for the team that doesn't have fur but has skin, then I think we should kill Gil. I'd
For the win.
For the win. I don't think I would rhyme all this time just to disguise my lies from prying eyes. I'm on the village team. It's not a scheme. If you think I'm a werewolf, you're wrong, and I guess I'll end my defense with a song. So drop me a beat. I'm the Gwommy man, and purple's my shade. I'm the most chaotic rapper in this werewolf game. If you ever need a second, I'll be there when you beckon. Ain't no hunter, ain't no mummy, it'll be struck by the Gwommy. Fresh.
I hope that Daily is a werewolf, a lone wolf, and he wins the game solo.
I love it. This is what happened when you live stream stuff. Thank you, Alex. All right, so let's have Jill's defense.
After that,
you have to top that, Jill. Come on.
How you go after? Well, I don't think I'm not suspicious of Alex. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because I don't think he was a werewolf. I guess you're gonna have to pick up between the two villagers right now, because I'm a villager. I'm a hunter. So if you kill me, at least I can shoot someone. The only problem is I don't have enough suspicions to make a true kill. So it'll be a random kill. So I will let you guys decide.
That's true.
Who were the people you were saying, Gil? I just don't remember.
Say that again.
Who were the people you were saying you had suspicions? I don't remember.
So that's the problem. I don't have strong suspicion. I'm still suspicious of John and Sean, but little things. It's just by elimination of other people's that I don't have suspicions. And then I have I think one of the quiet people. I was very suspicious of Balaz, but after he talked, I don't think I dropped him off of my list. I mean, you're still on my minion list, but
And not Jade.
not strong anymore. I would say I would shoot Sean, John, Pablo, or Chris. One of those two.
One thing I want to bring up, Gil, just if you don't remember, is John did second Graham the very first day.
Yeah, and pretty fast second.
Don't you have a gun somewhere?
Made him suspicious to you.
So
normally I would have cleared him for me. It's just the way that he did. And again, it's nothing. I might not shoot John. I'm not saying shoot. I'm just saying he's still my name. It's just something that happens when he did second that didn't bode well for me and could be nothing. It's just a read. Again, no strong suspicion. I might kill a villager, but it is what it is. At the same time, after Alex rapping, I'm not sure I want to be responsible for him to die.
All right, let's.
Wait, I have a question for
Yeah,
Gil.
okay, a few questions. Yeah.
Yeah, Gil, do you not suspect Ayahu because he nominated you, even though he knows you are a hunter?
I think it was normal for him to nominate me.
Werewolf hunter.
We played enough games together that I don't. I mean, I could be again. I could be. This is a very difficult game for me. Now I can tell people, at least 1 or 2 people, I'm having a hard time on this game. I'm not suspicious of Ayaho, if that matters.
If someone has a gun, I think we should use it on one
Yeah,
of the
I want
suspicions.
to use my gun.
Okay, so we're gonna have a gun shoot, and then we're gonna go to night. So no more questions. But Lucas, who do you want to shoot?
I want to shoot Timothy.
So we are gonna see what happens with the gun.
Bad idea.
Good luck, Lucas.
Too much of a chance, Lucas.
The gun backfires. Lucas, you are dead.
Oh my god.
That is so weird. Why did
And
you give him the...
I'm going to mute everyone because we're going to vote as well. Lucas is dead. Lucas was a villager. That's terrible. I rolled 2 ones. Okay, sorry guys. Alright, yeah. So Timothy stays alive, and now we're going to vote up to kill Alex, down to kill Jill, or abstain from voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. And I don't know if Jade is frozen. Oh, there we go. So we have 2. Okay, so sorry, Jill, you have been killed. That actually almost rhymed. But you're a hunter, so you get to shoot someone. You need to unmute.
You guys put me in a difficult position right now. All right, I'll keep among the 4 that I'm suspecting: Chris, Pablo, John, and Sean.
You have to decide now. You have to decide now. Or...
It's hard. I'm gonna go with my original suspicion and shoot John.
Okay, so Jill is dead. He was a villager. John is also dead. John was a werewolf. So, good night, everyone. Wow, you are really... People are really dying in this village from, failed guns and hunters and, craziness. All right, so let's start the night with the Gwommy So, Gwommy, you will get to do one of these things. And then wannabe Gwommy, you have to do this. So who do you want to do it to? Thank you. So, bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolves, who do you want to kill? Thank you. Dominion, who do you want to look for? Or who do you want to check, sort of? I know what you're looking for. Thank you. Baby dragon, do you want to breathe some fire? Thank you. And seer, who do you want to see? Thank you. Right, so everyone can wake up, but don't unmute yourself just yet. First of all, let's see here. So, Chris, you have been killed in the night. And Chris was a villager. And that was all actually, but I will send a message to someone so you can check your messages.
So I killed Chris, so Either the bodyguard protected or someone's been turned if they were cursed.
Yeah, I was thinking it had to have been you because I can't imagine the werewolves would go after somebody Gil suspected.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
I was
was
suspicious
actually
too, but
surprised, John, and I'm glad I didn't
I was
say it.
too.
I'm gonna tell Gil don't kill John. He was of the four. He was the one I was least suspecting because he nominated Graham, and there was a vote one of the nights. I think it was Lucas and Adam, where we knew Lucas was the Gwommyman, and John voted down to kill, or he voted to kill Lucas. So I thought he might have been the Gwommy voter.
He wanted also to kill me. So.
Yeah, I just thought he was the Gwommy voter. That was my big.
I don't like killing new players.
Why did they kill Chris? Continue.
Doug did.
Doug did.
I killed.
I know.
So he was super quiet again the whole game. The last time when we were having conversations, I just kept seeing him like turning away, which kind of was like a way of like trying to hide like any facial expressions of like, uh-oh, they're kind of being suspicious of me.
I will remind you to check your messages, and if you got a message for me, please confirm in the chat, like send me back and say okay, so I know that you've seen it.
I wasn't trying to call you out there, Doug. I
already said that. I killed him, and
I got you.
How many werewolves have we killed? Does anyone have a count?
4?
Like 4 or 5.
I have 4.
So, Gwommy,
I'm thinking we've had a.
Oh yeah. The usual.
have me at my back because
I got your back, yo. I'll protect you tonight.
I think somebody's turned. That's what I think.
Probably.
Or I was successful.
Oh, so you.
Or you? What did you do?
I scared someone.
Scared?
Okay, that's good to know. So who did you scare? Because that should be your target.
Yeah.
I scared Sean.
All right, I'm good with Gil and Sean.
I think the people that I wrote, the people I wrote down were Sean, Alex, John, Eddie, Daniel. Eddie and Daniel I was wrong, and then I wrote down Jade.
So
seems like it's Sean. Let's get him gone.
I would like to share
Second.
that.
So was there a nomination?
Yeah, Ben nominated.
All right. So first candidate is Sean.
So I would like to share that I am the seer, and I didn't come out because I didn't get any valuable information. The only werewolf that I ever found was Gil, and he must have been a lichen. So night 1 I checked Chris, and he was not a werewolf, and then I checked Andreas, and he was not a werewolf, and I checked Gwommy, and he was not a werewolf, and I checked John, and he was not a werewolf. So John must have been the wolf man, and Gil must have been the lichen. And that's why I didn't come out. I don't really have any valuable information, but
When did you check, Gil?
that was last night.
John also might have turned.
Isn't Gil was already
he
dead last night.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Wasn't Gil dead last night?
No, I checked Gil the night before last.
Yeah, it was the night that he nominated him. He's saying.
Yeah.
Like who was this most recent one you just checked tonight?
Yeah.
I checked Sean, and Sean is not a werewolf.
And Sean is not a werewolf.
That's
is
correct.
What you said.
All right, I think it's a Yahoo. And I think
know.
Yahoo's taking advantage of the fact that the seer didn't come out last night, assuming the seer was dead, and now he's claiming seer right now.
Yeah, that was a little bit off.
Yeah, or he's the seer and he saw John as not a werewolf, and
I don't think he's the seer.
and the wolfman just passed on.
I don't. Here's
get it.
and again, I do not think John was a wolfman. If I was a wolfman, I'm gonna play super aggressive because if the seer checked me, I don't care, and John didn't play aggressive, so I definitely don't think John was a wolfman.
He did. He nominated. He seconded.
That's the only thing he did. He didn't do anything else the rest of the game. I'd be playing.
So do we? I know Gwommy has mentioned saying he's the bodyguard, but are you the bodyguard? Because if not, I killed Chris, and if the laws did scare Sean, and Sean has to be a werewolf if there's no bodyguard. in the
Or
game.
they hit a curse.
Or hit a curse. Yeah.
Or the werewolves and Doug hit the same target. And there's a lot of other options here, and I was going to wait till my defense, but I mean, there's so many other possibilities.
Yeah.
I'm surprised everyone jumped to, I was scared, so I'm a werewolf.
I didn't say that. I only said that I scared you, so that
Right,
could be
yeah,
an
yeah.
explanation for not killing from the werewolves.
Yeah, but I think I don't remember who it was. But I don't know if it was Connor that instantly jumped to. Well, then I must be a werewolf. That seems really odd for,
No,
for
Ben
you to
did.
make it. Is Ben?
I mean, I
It's
jumped
a strong possibility, so it makes sense to see.
It,
I'm gonna
it
add
is
one
a
thing
possibility, but usually, like the people that are experienced, they talk through all the different options, and I'm not a werewolf. It's so that the people that instantly like kind of jumped on that are suspicious to me.
I have a question.
Putting one person up though is not in this format. We still can talk before we put the second person up.
And I
have a
really
question.
go ahead.
So it's
Jojo.
gonna be villager against villager, and
Let's let Jojo talk.
Yep.
Joseph, if the baby dragon kills someone and that night the baby dragon gets killed by the werewolves, does the person the baby dragon killed still die?
It happens in order.
So
So
what-
the dragon goes after the werewolves. He would already be dead.
Okay.
Can I want to throw this out here, and this is what I actually do think. I do think Melissa was the minion. She picked Elliot and Ayahu as her two suspicions. She said 100% on Elliot. He wasn't. She's almost never wrong. Now, obviously, she could be, right? And when Ayahu gave her defense, she backed off. So she basically gave us the, okay, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about Ayahu. So I definitely think Ayahu's bad. I do not think he's the seer. And
So-
I'm fine with killing Sean, but I really think it's worth killing Ayahu as well.
I think Ayahu, Sean, and Jade are bad. I think it would be valuable information to know if Doug has 1 or 2 lives, to know
I
if,
still have 2. I haven't lost a life yet.
because that means that he can kill someone tonight for us.
Yeah, I would kill the other. I would kill one of. If we kill Sean tonight, I would kill Ayahu. If we kill Ayahu tonight.
I wanted to kill Jade after the first night when she was super nervous when she was asked to talk, but I was like, I'm not going to kill a new person the first night with the dragon ability.
That's the problem.
I also want to say to Daniel, I would have never killed you if I was a werewolf. You didn't get to say a single word the entire game, and you got killed. I felt so bad when you got killed.
Yahoo also typically is very defensive when he's called out for being something he's not.
I forgot he was still here.
I am very much sold on Ayahu being bad.
No, what do you mean?
Hold on
Earlier?
now.
No. So what do you mean with Melissa?
Well, just even right now when we put suspicion, you've just been very quiet. Normally you're just like right away, someone's suspicious of you.
Well, right. And
You
if you were the
jump on
real
that.
seer, you would say I was nuts right now, claiming all this.
So do
Well,
we
not
have
only
a
are you nuts, but you're vile and offensive.
do we have a candidate? Do we have a nomination for a second candidate?
I'm gonna nominate Ayahu because
All
I'm
right.
kind
Is there a second? There we go.
I'm going to use my ability to deflect to prevent that from happening.
Interesting. That's fun.
All right. So let's start with the defense for Sean.
all right. So I'm a villager. Yeah, I was actually thinking that I was most likely going to be a lichen, because I don't have any other special power. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than that. The possibilities of scaring and only having 1 death, that logic is pretty flawed to me. But yeah, I guess that's it.
Do we get to know what Ayahu's ability means?
I have no idea what that means. So Ayahu, it's your defense.
So I do have something to say, and that is that there is something greater at stake than this game itself. And if you kill me, you're making a huge mistake because I need to prove something to myself. No, and Connor, you can laugh all you want, but that doesn't mean that No!
Ayahu,
No!
I'll kill Sean. I won't even vote for you.
Thank you. I'm telling you. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, so
But I'll
do we,
continue to be able to check people if you don't kill me.
do we have any
I-
questions for the candidates?
I have a question for Yahoo. Who are you going to check tonight?
I don't know. You guys can tell me who to check.
Check
Jade.
Jade, yeah, I was gonna say Jade.
All right.
I also have a question for AI.
Yeah, sure.
Can you list the people that you checked again?
Chris, who is dead. Andreas, who is dead. Gwommy was not a werewolf. John, I got that he wasn't a werewolf. I got that Gil was a werewolf, and then I got that Sean wasn't a werewolf.
All right.
That makes me think you are the seer.
So let's do the vote. I will speed up a little bit because still people have other things to do in their life, of course. So we want to move the game along. So we're going to vote up to kill Sean, down to kill Ayahu, or abstain from voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. And Jade was late again, but there we go. It seems like everybody wanted to kill Sean. So I am sorry, Sean. You have been killed. Sean was a werewolf. Good night, everyone. Okay. So just need to find the mute button again. There we go. And we are gonna do the night. And I need to update my notes, otherwise I will be totally confused. But let's start off with the Gwommy man. So, which one of these things do you want to do? Alright, who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. And bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves, wake up. So werewolves, who do you want to kill? Right, thank you. Gminian, who do you want to check? All right. Baby dragon, do you want to breathe some fire and kill someone? Thank you. Seer, who do you want to check? Thank you. And everyone can wake up. Well, almost everyone, because Ayahu was killed in the night. But Ayahu is a hunter, so you can take someone with you.
I take Gwommy with me.
So Ayahu was a villager. Gwommy is also dead, and Gwommy was a villager. But Gwommy is also a hunter. So who do you want to kill, Gwommy?
I'm gonna go with, oh God, Pablo.
So Pablo has been killed. Pablo was a werewolf, and Jade has also been killed in the night, and Jade was a villager. And according to my notes, the village has won. You killed all the werewolves.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Gwommy! 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 Gwommy!
Gwommy for the win.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nice shot, Gwommy. Nice shot.
That's how you
The
shoot
one and only.
your gun.
I can't believe you shot your bodyguard.
Also, Connor has been silenced by the
God.
chat, so Connor, you
Yahoo.
can't talk.
I know why they
reasons.
silenced me.
All
I
right,
know
so
exactly why.
I'm going to mute
Gwommy, thank you
everyone.
for putting me out of my misery because that was the last one, and I was like, there's too much here.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone. I'm gonna go through this. This was amazing. Oh wow, so many things happened. Okay, so Jade was a villager that was also cursed, but you know she was killed by the baby dragon, so she didn't turn. Connor was a villager that was also cursed, but nobody killed him. I think he wanted to be killed though, in the night. But anyway, Alex, except for the amazing rhymes and rap and everything, he was a villager bot that couldn't second a nomination, so he could never second during the game. Ben was a villager bot that had to say, why did they kill so-and-so every morning if somebody died during the night? I don't know if you did that. I think you did. There's no way. There was like 12 bots. There's no way for me to keep track. Then we had Paul, who was a villager bot who has to ask me a question every day, which he did, which was kind of funny, especially when you asked me something really weird. I don't know what it was. I don't remember now. Eddie was a villager bot. He had to argue with everyone that claimed the role, but he died pretty early, so I don't think he argued. He got to do that, really. Then we had Melissa, who was a cursed villager turned minion. So Melissa was the minion, but she died pretty early. We can go through that later. I think it was Connor, Melissa, and Adam. I think was the 3 persons. I just rolled up and became Melissa. Then we had Timothy, who was a villager Lycan, but nobody checked him, and yeah. Then we had Lucas, the Gwommy man, who was also a Lycan. I was hoping the seer would check you, Lucas, because that would have been fun, but that never happened. Then we had Luciana, who was the original wannabe Gwommy man, and she was also a bot, so she had to second a nomination each day, but she got cured before the game started, and she cured herself, so she never had to do that, which was interesting.
Can you let Luciana back in again, Joseph?
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you. All right, there we go. Yeah, so Luciana cured herself, and then she didn't have to do her bot part. Then we had Chris, who was the Gwommy voter. Then we had Doug, who was the baby dragon, Van Helsing. Then we had Gwommy, who was the bodyguard and hunter at the same time. We had Jenny, who was the seer and the hunter at the same time. We had Balash, who started off as the backup Gwommy man that was cursed, but then he became the wannabe Gwommy man. Nobody turned in this game. It's so weird. I had so many cursed in here, but you never hit the right one. Chef was a werewolf bot, and he couldn't lie. So if somebody had asked Chef, "Are you a werewolf?" he would have to say yes. But of course that didn't happen. But I was hoping that would happen in the end game or something. Then we had Sean, who was a werewolf bot, who had to claim a different role each day. He forgot one day, but the werewolves were not doing that great, so I ignored that. But thank you for telling me, Sean. That was honest of you. And then we had Adam, who was a werewolf hunter. We had Pablo, who was the Gwommy wolf. So he picked the minion. He also chose to be a wolf man, but nobody checked him. Then he also became the starving wolf because John died. John was the wannabe Gwommy wolf. He was the starving wolf. Yeah, it didn't really matter in this game setup. But anyway. Then Elliot was a villager hunter. Andreas was a villager bot that had to say something about how many werewolves do you think it is every day. Which he did. Then we had Coraller, who was a cursed villager bot that had to talk about cursed every day, which I thought would be really funny. But he died so early that it didn't really come into play. Then Jojo was a villager, and as you understand, she had to ask the bodyguard to protect her every day. That was my favorite, I think, for the game. Then we had Daniel, who was just an ordinary villager, one of the few that didn't have anything else on him. I think he's actually the only one. You're the only one that didn't have any attribute or anything.
I was mute villager, by the way. I was not normal.
That was mean. All right. Then we had a Yahoo, who was a village hunter. Jill was a village hunter, and Graham was an ordinary werewolf. So that's the game.
Werewolves, why didn't you kill me? I was pointing to myself every single night because I was like, I am convinced I am cursed. I will help you guys out because they cleared me, and I could have helped you guys.
There was too many roles out there. There was too many things that we had to take out.
Yeah,
because we kept trying to kill Lucas. There was too much.
I didn't even know who all the werewolves were till like the second or third night.
There's one more thing I have to tell you. There's one more thing I have to tell you. The fourth thing, like the chat silenced someone, they gave someone a gun, they nominated someone. The fourth day, they made Ayahu mad about being the seer, so he had to claim seer.
And I had to be convincing. Nice. If you didn't think I was the seer, he was going to kill me.
Yeah, no, that stinks.
That was a good.
You did really good, Ayahu.
You did so good, Ayahu.
I
So
don't
good.
know how many days there were in the game. I think I cleared 6 people, and I don't even think that was the right number of clears. But unfortunately, I cleared Kill when he was already dead, so that wasn't very plausible.
Yeah, you kept giving just such wrong information.
Actually, the funniest thing was that Ayahu was not taking notes the whole game. He was just sitting back, relaxing, and trying to watch stuff.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's the seer and he comes in. What happened? Great.
Right, we have a question from the chat. The chat wants to know, how do you as players like the setup that the chat could affect things? Was it too strong?
It was great. Great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think it was a little lean towards the villager. I think it needs more werewolves. Nobody.
I really appreciated being nominated because I didn't think I was going to be, and I really wanted to be.
It was. I'm so glad.
It was priceless.
I had like 6 cursed in there, so I was hoping there were going to be more werewolves. But
Yeah, the werewolves had bad luck because they never found a cursed one.
Yeah, Alex, in chat, you were our MVP. That thing, that you did the rapping.
That wasn't even my quirk. I was planning to do that regardless.
I totally thought so, Alex. I never suspected you of being a bot.
Yeah.
Well, not a rhyming bot.
Yeah, you were
So the
too good
problem
at
was-
the rhyming.
Yeah. It was so
I
prepared.
would have done it if I was a werewolf too. So
Yeah, so I got to
was,
be a bot
there
again,
was
which
there was two. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I got to be a bot again, which was interesting. But this time I asked a question every day, so I was just asking real questions, and that got boring. So I was like, "Oh, I'll ask a fun question." So I asked Joseph about his background. And everyone's like, "Nominate Paul, get rid of him." He asked questions.
Sorry, you tried switching it up and they kill you.
Yeah, it was just boring. So I was like,
one more
baby
Well, yeah.
dragon is this, and the hag this. I was like, that's not fun.
One thing that we
Hi,
were
Doug.
discussing
You did a good job, Doug. You killed cursed
Yeah,
villagers.
killed 0. Yeah, I killed
No,
a
you
lot of curse, but
cursed.
zero.
Yeah, you killed
I think he
zero.
killed 3 cursed
You
villagers.
killed all the curse, so we couldn't kill
Doug,
no, you did a great job. Like, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, by the way, Jojo, we were discussing when we made actually a Yahoo mad for being the seer, we were discussing making you mad for being the bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
That would have been a great thing.
I would have let her though. I would have said, "Yep, she's the bodyguard."
I was really trying. I felt like, okay, the werewolves are getting their butts kicked. I think I'm cursed. If you turn me, people are gonna trust me because I was cleared from Lucas and I could help you guys out. And you guys, I mean, I did. I was pointing to myself every single night trying to get you guys to kill me, and you chose.
I tried.
I
was getting to the point where I was like, man, Connor is still alive. I am getting really suspicious.
I was getting there too.
See, the issue though was we had the bodyguard out, we had Lucas, the Gwommy man, we had the wannabe Gwommy man, we had the baby dragon that was out that we had to try to kill twice. There was just too much stuff out there.
Yeah, it was
That's
too much
one
for the
more reason
werewolves.
why you probably wanted to get me to come on your team
Right.
because
How
you
many
weren't gonna
times?
kill
I
them
mean,
all.
Yeah.
How many times
we
did I protect your
also didn't
target?
know- like we didn't have a
once.
guarantee.
I think
Only
you only
once?
you only got it once. Yeah, it was just Lucas
Connor.
one time.
Yeah,
For the
it happened
Thanks,
every
Kwame.
time we were
Thanks,
trying to take
Kwame.
out Lucas, and you picked
That's right.
right wine and
And then I shot myself.
And then you shot yourself. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that
hey,
was
the
a waste
villagers did a
of
great job
protect.
killing themselves. I got to thank them.
The dice, all the dice.
Yeah.
So, Connor,
But yeah, during
the
the
you wanted the werewolves to kill you so that you could be a werewolf and help the werewolves. That's what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. That is not cool.
They were getting destroyed. I felt like they had no chance of winning unless potentially they could get me on their team. Because I was cleared, so I had a good chance of staying on the good side.
Gil wants to say something. Guys, let Gil talk, please. Elliot, let Gil talk, please.
That's okay. I talk a lot anyway. Don't worry about me. But I was just saying, if Lucas didn't have help to kill 2 werewolves, I would have killed him. Because he killed as many villagers as he killed, like he encouraged people, like put succession in as many villages as werewolf. I was very confused. I was like, man, if it wasn't for those 2 werewolves, he would be my main suspect, my main suspicion at that time. I was a little suspicious of Connor, but then Because I had 5 names on my like I had Luciana, Connor, Melissa, Adams, and Gwami, but I realized that's something that I would pick. That doesn't mean other people would do it.
The only thing, Gil, is you thought I was Minion. I don't think Minion really matters in this game. They really don't. How much do they really help in this
But
game?
if the let's say the role, like if the Gwommyman becomes the minion, then they are a Gwommyman minion.
Yes, that would have been good. But I'm saying killing somebody who's just a minion because they're minion, they don't help win the vote. Like the werewolves don't necessarily know who they are. They're not that powerful.
How many robots were there with robot quirks? I mean, mine was
12,
horrible.
I think.
12. I had to call out anyone who called out a role. So I think I argued with Lucas a little bit, and I argued with Elliot a little bit. But obviously,
Yeah.
I had Sean's put
Now
as-
it makes sense because when you argued against me, I was like, what?
Because Sean had to claim a role each day, and then Eddie had to argue. So I was hoping there's going to be some interesting battles there. But...
So, but don't kill me straight away for it. I think like the baby dragon.
But yeah,
Daniel, I
Well,
would
I-
have a choice, did I?
I killed myself.
I gotta go to the clock tower game. But as far as my last choice, like the last couple days, I was rearranging people's screens by if they talked, I brought them to the top, and Pablo was at the bottom. I was like, I'm just gonna go with the quietest person.
Nice. Nice.
So,
Yeah, I was quiet
That was
because
awesome.
basically new player and sort of being the voter, so I didn't really have much choice.
Also, to everyone who
anyways.
survived, you need to
Bye.
rewatch this video because Jojo is very funny in the night.
So
I'll second
Jojo,
that.
I
Yeah,
actually
absolutely.
I wasn't doing the minion thing because you told everyone to do that. So then I figured the werewolves weren't going to do that, so I chose not to do that.
I
Hoping
thought
that-
the same thing, so I did like a little bit, and then I stopped, and then the next night I just went crazy because
Yeah.
It was really smart,
See,
Jojo.
I figured
I hadn't
you're
thought
right.
about that.
I'm pretty sure that was the smartest play.
It was, but she told it
Without
to
any
everyone.
abilities. Yeah, sure.
She told it to everyone, so you knew the werewolves were going to probably do the opposite. So
I actually thought the same as Connor as far as on that, and I thought I was also cursed because I just had villager, so I thought I was either Lycan or cursed.
You were the only Lycan in the village. No, the Lucas
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
I did
Luckily,
have a
nobody
question
checked
for,
me.
Bye,
Andre.
Eddie.
See you in a bit,
Bye,
guys.
Eddie.
Why did you shoot Doug?
What did you say, Paul?
Why did Andreas shoot Doug anyway with your gun?
Because Doug went right after him, I think.
Because Doug like literally
wanted
came
him
out as
dead.
baby dragon. So I was.
I think he just claimed it, so he's not getting killed because he's like 2 lives. It's like, oh yeah.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought he was doing.
Because your misfire killed me because I probably would have beaten you in the vote. Because
That was really fun. I really liked that when one candidate shoots the other candidate before the vote starts. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Then I was confused.
I'm really happy that Lucas misfired on me.
I was confused when I became
Yeah,
the
I
wannabe.
felt so bad because your reaction was so honest, Timothy. I was like, no, why did I do that?
So did the chat try to help the village team pretty much the whole time? It seemed like it.
Not really, not. It was
Alright.
only me. It was only me trying to help the village as always.
Yeah.
Most of the people were
they made AI
pro
come out of
chaos,
fear.
like trying to level it out. Like if
That's
if
what I
the
thought. That's what
village is-
I figured. Like we were winning so much, you would start helping the werewolf
Yeah.
team. Werewolf, you just help the team that's losing.
Yeah.
So when I became the wannabe, I just get to know that Adam was the werewolf hunter, and then Joseph said that we have a gun in play, and then Lucas said that I scared someone, and I was like, what? something is wrong here. And just before that, Eddie said that I'm not sure if Lucas is the. And that's when I was called out that Balazs, do you have any info? And I don't want to put someone under the bus, but no, yes, no.
I never understood why people distrust me when I come out. I've never ever claimed a role, a fake role. I never did.
Because
Not yet.
You had Balazs as he chose the one you did, and I can't imagine you were both werewolves.
Yeah.
I mean, and I will say the roles are random, but like yesterday I prepared the whole list. So the attributes that I lied a little bit because the attributes, like of course the guy that has to talk about the cursed, I made him cursed, obviously because that was funny, and so on. So some things are not random, but like who gets what role are of course random. And it just happened that Lucas and Luciano became the Gwommyman and the wannabe again. That happened earlier.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Melissa was wrong, I would just immediately I wrote her down as minion. Like that's just who I thought she was at that point.
That's really problematic for her
Yeah.
future games where
It
she
is.
can't ever be wrong now.
No, it is. It sucks for her.
Yeah.
No. Well, in this case, she was so strong on Elliot. That's
But
what's very
actually,
suspicious.
most interesting thing was as I was silenced and then died. Top of my list were Chef and John, and that would have been an interesting day if I survived, right? But actually, I enjoyed it.
I feel so bad for you.
I don't know what.
So
I don't know what I
mean to
do.
kill you there, Daniel. by
Oh,
the
he
way.
didn't say a word. He didn't say anything.
I don't know, but I don't know what I do to trigger you. You get me every flipping game. You peg me every game, and I don't know what I do. I've tricked other people on this screen, but I have never tricked you. And it just I don't know what the heck I do to trigger you.
Wait, who killed Daniel?
I
by the
honestly
way?
thought I was helping the village.
Who killed who?
Who killed Daniel?
I was killed
Adam,
by a
Hunter.
Adam,
Some
yeah,
Hunter.
Adam is
Adam
raising his
shot me.
hand.
I killed the
Adam.
one person in the game without any ability or role. or
Yeah, I
anything.
was so confused. Why didn't you kill me, Adam?
What's
Yeah,
that?
it was.
Why
I
didn't you?
thought you were gonna.
Why didn't you kill me, Adam?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be one of us.
It was
Because
before
I knew that the wolves
you
would go
played.
after you, Lucas.
Oh.
I knew that either Jenny was the seer or it was Daniel, and they muted him so that he could kind of have a better view of everything. So I just assumed it was Daniel, but I assumed it was either him or Jenny because Jenny quickly seconded me, and a lot of times Jenny is one of the few people that can call me out right away. So I figured either she had checked me or she knew. So, but
Yeah, and also, why did you come so hard against me? Because it raised all my alarm bells when you came hard against me, Adam.
because I knew I was going to get called out pretty quick,
Okay.
and I just was going to be able to kill someone. But what you do is horrible, though. Like Connor had talked, and day one, you're like, Connor, you haven't been talking. Like the people that are trying, and you always call out Melissa.
No.
like, Melissa, tell me all your, and it's like, let them.
I wanted to find
play.
out if they are bad or not. That's why I did it.
I know, but I
Yeah,
didn't.
that's why I enjoyed my silence, by the way.
I felt like if I
enjoyed
didn't
it.
say anything, people were going to be suspicious of me.
Bye, Jojo.
Bye, Jojo.
Well, real quick, it was funny. So my daughter was actually on the live stream. As soon as you died, Daniel, you went and said Chef is on the top of my suspicion list. My daughter basically, after I died, was like, Daniel called you out again. I'm like, dang it. Because honestly, I complain about it after every game you call me out to her. So she got it. She was laughing her butt off. It was hilarious.
The thing is, Adam, you know, I have to find out early if Connor or Melissa are good or bad because they carry such weight with other players.
No, I understand why you do it. It's just like to me, it negatively affects their ability to play when you call them out so quickly. At least like give them a couple days because they're either going to come out with their information or someone will say something to them. But just to like,
If Melissa had not said Elliot's name, I wouldn't have known what to say, but I would have felt forced to have to say something because if I didn't, people would have been suspicious of me.
yeah.
She was genuinely
it's fine that you
surprised
did
that
it,
Elliot
Lucas,
was
it's
good,
just-
though.
It hurts their game in the long run, I think.
Gil disappeared, but I wanted to ask him why me. Like I came down hard on Graham, voted for
Yeah,
Graham, got rid of Graham night one. Why the heck would a werewolf do that?
Yeah, I don't know. You were one of his four that I was like, did not think it was you.
Actually, John,
three of them
what
were
I,
wrong.
for me, my suspicions about you was exactly that thing that you voted on, you nominated Graham.
Jill is coming
and
back
I was
to answer.
I was thinking that you were trying to make yourself good, and like over trying it, being silent, being like reserved, stuff like that. So I have seen you being loud when you're playing games with us. So I was like trying to like social cues because I was just a plain villager. I was enjoying watching without anyone calling me out because I was silenced. That was great.
I don't think.
But the next vote, Adam and Lucas, which would have been a perfect opportunity for a werewolf to get rid of the Gwommy man, and I abstained. I'm like, no.
Did the werewolves kill a Yahoo?
They did. Yeah.
Why? I
Yeah.
didn't understand that. That made no sense to me. Because we were all suspicious of him.
Because they
thought he was
believed
the seer.
Ayahu. Yeah,
Yeah.
they believed Ayahu.
You didn't. So you risk one night of him potentially finding you. I was voting Yahoo out that. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing he could have said that could convince me he wasn't.
Ayahu told me. Ayahu sent me a message because he left for the Blood on the Clock Tower game now. So he sent me a message saying, "Oh, thank you for making me mad. So now I will get killed, and I have time for the Blood on the Clock Tower game." And when I told him like, "No, it was the chat that decided," he was just laughing. So.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the right decision.
Yeah. And it was hilarious that morning when we woke up. If you notice, Ayahu was just like this, trying to figure out the names.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the
That
5
was so
names.
funny.
Right?
Everybody
And
in
he's just-
chat was cracking up.
Yeah.
That was the
That was
first time he
amazing.
just leaned in towards his desk to write stuff.
Yeah, it was so good.
Well, and like
It
he made
was
himself so
expression on his
suspicious. He picked-
face. Oh my god.
He made himself so suspicious by clearing Sean, who was a werewolf, and saying John wasn't a werewolf when he was. Like, that made no sense.
I
to
said
me.
he was a wolf man. That was really funny.
Yeah, like I was like, dude, if you're gonna be mad and be good, like don't be bad.
Yeah, I was convinced he was not a werewolf. Like, I wasn't necessarily convinced that he was the seer, but I was convinced he wasn't a werewolf claiming the seer, because if you're doing that, you would claim people that are still alive that you know are villagers.
Yeah, I just didn't think
So
he
that
was.
then you can
I
get
didn't
their
know.
I think everyone should give a big thank you to Greg who just joined as well.
Yeah, thanks,
Good job,
Greg.
Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Good job.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to jump into the Zoom there. Yeah, I was
So
monitoring the
people can see
the
your
chat
face
for
as well.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
I went with the majority of what chat wanted to. There was a couple nights where it was.
I'm gonna go. My system is having some problems here, and I'm recording my daughter's band, so I need to make sure that was working. I see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again.
Hi.
It would have been really interesting if the werewolves had killed me in that last turn because I was silent, so I wouldn't even get to say anything.
Yeah, you would have turned. I was just
I
hoping,
knew
like,
I was
kill a
silent.
curse. Come on, get werewolves, kill a curse.
To be honest, I was waiting. The day I was silenced, I was waiting to get nominated. That would have been fun. I was like, they have to suspect me that the chat saw me, that I was a werewolf, and they silenced me.
Yeah, that's why
I was
asked.
like, if I get nominated, this is gonna be super fun. It didn't happen though, but still.
I remember chat was saying that. It was like, oh yeah, let's silence him so that he has to defend himself and all that. It was in there.
That would have been great.
Chat was also speaking in rhyme a bunch because of Alex.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not think that was a real quirk. I agree with
No,
everyone.
no, it was too
He was
prepared.
too
Yeah.
good.
But I
Too
didn't
prepared.
necessarily-
Yeah.
He was
I didn't
very good.
necessarily.
That
I mean, he had
that
a
was
song.
awesome to watch.
Like-
Yeah, he had the song.
Yeah.
You planned that too well.
No, yeah, it was overkill.
I'm gonna say this,
Exactly.
Chris, Werewolf Killer. If you're watching this afterwards, you got a challenge now because Batman was cool, but Alex Daly is starting to take your spot here. As the
That's
Oscar.
true. We're starting to get some celebrities here in this
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
I'm
Thank you
heading
for
out
playing.
as well.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you to the viewers.
Good
Good
joining us in the
game.
chat.
Joseph was
Good
fun.
game.
Good game.
Yeah, fantastic game.
you.
Thanks for this,
Thank you, Joseph.
And Greg.
Can't
Take
wait
care,
for the next
everyone.
one, by the
Okay,
way.
as well.
See ya.
That was great.
And if you're watching this afterwards, tell us in the comment section what were your favorite moments in the game and so on. We'll be back with more werewolf videos, of course. And have a great evening, morning, or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.